All right. Introduce yourself. Who are you?
Well, let's see.
Over 500,000 people in America are homeless right now. In Arizona alone, tens of thousands sleep in cars, 10-score shelters every night. Most never get a second chance. Around 2 months ago, I received an email from a woman named Mattie. Mattie has spent years fighting to survive on the edges of that statistic. Shelters, streets, constant instability. She told me about nights she went hungry, nights she didn't know if she'd be safe. And now she's got 30 days before her time at a Mesa shelter runs out. No money, no job, no experience, just a will to fight. And the belief that there's still something better out there. Faced against the odds, she did something unexpected. Something most people think is too far out of their reach. She decided to learn real estate. This is a story of what happens when someone with nothing refuses to quit and takes hope and turns it into action, and why anyone watching this and following this journey might be able to do the same. I don't know if she's going to answer. I hope she is, but I get maybe 200 emails a year from people all over the country saying, I'll work for you for free, right? We have a big office. We have a lot going on here. And my answer is always no. Like, no, you can't work for me for free. I then get probably a good 100 people that reach out and go, I'm sleeping in my car. Your YouTube content's kept me going. I really wish you would give me a more specific, exact game plan. I can't buy your course, which I don't have a course. I have a community, but I can't get into your community. And I finally got somebody that emailed me that said, I am homeless and I live in a shelter in Mesa, Arizona, which is where I live. And I said, oh my gosh, physically, I can actually help you. I can spend an hour or two a week with you in person. And so this person, her name is Mattie, and she and I have been emailing back and forth. I finally just told her, hey, can I call you and can we chat? She just says, absolutely. Mattie.
Yes, hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Great, how are you?
I'm good. This is Pace. Are you having a good day?
Yes, I am. I'm sorry about the phone situation. My phone has been doing some funky stuff lately.
No problem. Don't even worry about it. What's the name of the shelter you're at?
It's the Windermere Hotel.
Oh, cool. How is the Windermere Hotel doing a shelter? Is it like a nonprofit that's running it or something?
Yes, it's through Community Bridges.
Oh, that's a cool company. So anyway, so here's what popped up in my mind. When you were emailing me, I get hundreds of people that email me and say, Pace, will you help me? But those people are physically in different states than me, right? And so right. I haven't been able to help them. And I make a lot of YouTube content, which I'm sure you've watched.
Yes.
And I just feel like if I was able to physically help you, either pick you up 1 or 2 times a week, work with you either in my office or at a Starbucks, I could help you go get your first deal done and make $10, $5, $15, $20,000 or whatever it is. And if you let me document it, I could then give it to everybody that ever emails me in the future and say, hey, follow this game plan that I gave Mattie step by step.
That would be great, Pace, because that would be a great encouragement to people who are in my situation.
Yep.
And that feel like they can't do it or can't make it. That would at least give them some kind of hope.
My name is Mattie Richards. I am 59 years old. I am a mother of 3 adult sons and a grandmother of 1 11-year-old. I was born and raised in Stamford, Connecticut, 20 minutes outside of New York City. Well, my oldest son, his name is Akai, he was in the military, in the Marine Corps, stationed in Yuma. When he got out of the Marine Corps, he moved to Phoenix. So in 2020, when the COVID hit, it lowered airplane flights. So long story short, I didn't get to come out and see my son, which I wanted to see him. So by the time I came out here, my plane ticket was $35 and some change, $35 and some change. So I just figured that's my opportunity to come and see my son. Well, my other two sons, I hadn't seen them in years either. So they were all here in Phoenix with my oldest son visiting, which I thought was like the best opportunity because I hadn't seen any of my children in years. That's what brought me here to Arizona. Well, I liked Arizona, so I ended up staying. But, you know, some things transpired in our family, and I stayed with my son for like 4 months when I came here. I stayed with him for like 4 months, and then he was like, Mom, it's really time for you to go. So I was like, go where? You know, like, so he was like, I don't know, but you just have to go. So it was just really strange. But at the end of the day, I didn't know where to go. So I called the Phoenix police. They brought me here to Mesa. Well, lo and behold, my son told the police officer I was on drugs. So they brought me to a detox here in Mesa. So, and this started in 2021. Again, everything just kind of spirals out. I'm on the streets. Mesa police officer, he said, you know, I'm really tired of seeing you out here. And I said, well, Mr. Officer, I'm tired of seeing you too. I said, because every time I try to sit down and just get some sleep, here you come. I said, it's like you're following me, like you're singling me out. And I said, but it's a lot of us out here on the streets. So he said, I told him, I said, well, if you're really tired of seeing me out here on the streets, I said, I'll tell you what, you go in your pocket, you put me in a hotel. He said, I can't do that. I said, sure you can. I said, you work for the mayor. Tell the mayor you're tired of seeing this little black woman on the streets. Well, he thought that was just probably like the craziest thing he ever heard. But later on, like maybe a few months later, here he comes again. So I said, oh, what do you want now? So he goes, no, he said, here's my card. Go to CBI at Paz de Cristo on Broadway. Tell them I sent you. They're gonna put you in a hotel. So I took his card, I went to CBI that very next morning, and he was right. They put me in the Windermere. So at the end of the day, here I am again, but in my room, I can sit and watch TV or videos. So I'm listening to Pace. And so at the end of the video, I remember sitting on the end of the bed and just kind of like feeling down at my wits' end. And I said, somehow I gotta get connected. I gotta get connected. So I scrolled to the end. Well, I find Pace's personal email address, not realizing it was his personal email address. So I said, well, it's a stab in the dark, but I gotta take a chance. So I shot Pace an email, and I remember he taught me, the one thing he taught me, like, you know how sometimes you can email a person or text a person and you're talking way more than they are? Like, they've only said a few sentences and you've sent paragraphs. Yeah. So I remember that. I said, I gotta make it short and I gotta make it sweet, but I gotta make it count.
People email me these long stories, and I'm like, busy people don't have time for a novel. So I said, if you're not giving me this thing in 2 sentences you need from me, my team is gonna delete it before I even see it.
I said, I'm in a shelter, I'm in Mesa. I said, and you know, I need help. I said, I'm the kind of person you gotta take me by the hand and you gotta show me. I said, but once I get it, I got it, I will put in the work. Can you help me?
So she writes me an email that is like, I want to be the next SubTo success story, which means she knew the way into my heart, which was talking about the SubTo community, the passion project that I have.
Well, I didn't know, like, I really didn't believe he was going to respond. I just had to take a chance. I just felt like it was my shot, you know, take my shot. And when he like responded back, like, whoa. And then like a couple of days later, he said, hey, how would you like to go to LA with me?
Okay, so we'd love to help you out. So I'm going to LA tomorrow. Why am I inviting you to LA? I'll tell you why. And I know it's weird because some weird white guys asking you, hey, you want to go on a plane with me? You know?
Well, the weird white guy knows how to do real estate.
Right, that is correct. So I'm going to LA because I'm looking at buying a modular home company, and that has nothing to do with necessarily with you. But I'm going out there to tour the property, and then I'm going to have my camera guy. And my camera guy, Eric, will be with me all day long. So my thought, and tell me if this is uncomfortable or puts you in a weird position, just be honest with me. I don't have a feeling either way. I just want to figure out how to help you the easiest way possible. My camera guy, I thought if I buy you a plane ticket, you come out with me, I'll pay for your food, you go tour the property with me, it gives me an opportunity to ask you questions about your life so that people that are watching the content in the future can be inspired by how did you get to this place you are? What did you have to overcome? What are you still overcoming? Where are you currently at right now so they understand the history of the person that I'm about to go help and get their first deal?
I was so excited. So from 9 o'clock the night before us going to LA till 11 o'clock the next night, I did not sleep because I was just so excited like about this opportunity.
Even Eric, like our videographer, I call him that morning. It's like 6 o'clock, and he's gonna come meet me at my house, and we're gonna go pick up Mattie. He doesn't know, so I call him. I go, hey, just want to let you know, we're gonna go pick up a lady from a shelter right now. He's like, okay, cool. Or we're gonna drop her off at another shelter on the way to the airport. I'm like, no. I bought her a flight. She's coming with us. He's like, why is she in who is this? Is this a family member? I go, no, I've never met her before. What? So 7 o'clock in the morning, I pull up to the Windermere Hotel. It's a hotel in Mesa. I've driven by it 1,000 times. I had no idea it was a homeless shelter. And I think people that even live near there have no idea it's a homeless shelter. It looks like a hotel. And pull up to the front. She opens the truck and she's standing there.
So then he was like, come on, get in, we're gonna head to the airport. So I'm all excited and I'm in the truck and I want to ask questions. So then I was kind of sharing, my story with him in the truck on our way to the airport. And I'm still wanting to ask I got a million questions. How can I get my foot in the door? How can I get started? I don't have a clue. But I know that there are people who are already doing it that can help me.
How did you find me?
I was watching you.
On what?
I was watching your videos on YouTube. I was watching you on TV when you do your commercials.
Oh, wow, okay.
So I said, he makes it sound so easy. So that's when I started reaching out to you.
Immediately felt how excited and happy and pumped up she was that she even told me, she's like, this is the greatest opportunity of my life. I can't believe you answered my email. And then we spent the whole day together. And the weird thing was her bags. Where I just watched her all day long carrying these bags around. Like, what is wrong with this lady with these bags? Take all that today? You can.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just all my junk. It's a part of being on the streets.
Okay.
It's kind of like you need your stuff with you.
No problem. It wasn't until 11 o'clock at night where I dropped her off after 14 hours hanging out that I realized how lucky she was that you can see her baggage that she's carrying around on the outside, whereas most people, you can't see their baggage until you get into a deep relationship with them and you realize where their baggage is. Her baggage is right in front of her. It's right in front, you can see it. She's carrying it. It's the trauma of the streets. It's the I've been stolen from and taken advantage of. Overall, she was just so sweet and positive and she was so conversational. I was like, how is this lady not a millionaire? Because this engine that she has, which is a lot of energy, articulate, conversational, friendly, are all signs of a multimillionaire. But her engine was put into the wrong vehicle. And so I knew right away, I was like, this lady is gonna have no problem crushing it, at least for her first deal. Like, I will get her to a first deal situation, but then I started immediately as we're driving to the airport, I'm like, Mattie, have you ever made money in your life? And I think the most amount of money Mattie had ever seen through my conversations with her, the most amount of money she's ever seen in one lump sum was $2,000. Like, imagine being 59 years old and never seeing more than $2,000 in one lump sum. That's crazy.
When we got to LA, I got to see how Pace kind of moves and operates and talks. So I'm just taking a lot of mental notes. Like, I'm just watching him, how he moves and stuff. So he was going to buy a business, but the owner of the business, very gracious, very gracious. He was like telling Pace everything about the business, how he got started and everything. It was amazing to see this thing in progress, right?
What was also interesting about her is like some of my first impressions were she would ask questions she did not deserve to know the answer to. Just like so many new people do. Like, oh, why are you buying a modular home company? Like, is that something I should be doing? Mattie, I don't even know it's something I should be doing. Like, why would you even ask that question? And I started realizing why I got the lottery, I won the lottery with Mattie, is because she doesn't know what she doesn't know. And so she's asking me questions about modular home stuff. I'm like, Mattie, I'm not taking you to go to the modular home company so you can learn about modular homes. You're just shadowing me for the day so we can have conversations in between the waiting periods. I wanted to fill those gaps with talking to you. Stop asking me questions about the modular home company. That's not in the cards for you for maybe ever. And she would not get off the questions about the modular home company. I'm like, it is, and this is what newbies do. They create obstacles in their way that they'll never even have to need to know the answer to. She was engaged and she was participating in the conversation in a positive way. And so Mattie it was almost like I paid her to be so good for these appointments. Like, Diego, seller of the modular home company, Diego, oh my gosh, Pace would be so good at this, and that. Wow, this is impressive. What you've done is this. She would talk 1% of what I would talk, so she let me do everything, but she would interject in these little moments where it actually boosted the elevation and the energy of the room. I'm like, how is this lady not already a millionaire? Like, I have professional real estate investors that shadow me that can't hang in a meeting like that.
Fast forward, Pace goes, I said, Pace, where are we going now? He goes, we're going to a meetup. I guess it was in like Hollywood somewhere. And it was like all these people, right? So at first I was kind of scared, like I kind of froze because all these people, and I don't know anything, and they're gonna be talking about, because they're like SubTo students, people doing deals, all kinds of stuff going on. So Pace and Eric went to talk to the whole group, like, you know.
We are an amazing community, and here's what's cool about us. While some people focus on just doing Airbnbs, they go learn Airbnb, and then they go, okay, well, I'm kind of stuck in this little education thing. Or somebody else goes and learns how to cold call, or somebody learns how to wholesale. What's amazing about our community is that we do everything. So
I said, well, I'm not just gonna stand here and look stupid. I'm gonna start a conversation. So I meet this woman, her name is Cynthia, and her husband name is Miguel. So we start talking about like, what is the difference between SubTo and Gator? And so they gave me their card, and because they're already doing deals, they're already like in their business. You know, it's a husband and wife team. They're already doing real estate deals. They have a portfolio and all of that. So I'm talking to them, just making conversation and learning how everybody at these meetups interact. Because I want to know, like, what are these meetups about? can I make some connections? Well, I'm still in touch with all of them since that meetup, because some of them are transactional lenders, double closers, realtors. I mean, I met a different group of people that I networked with, and we're still in touch since that day.
I think people that have watched me long enough realize is that I'm obsessed with community. And so she had watched enough webinars and she had watched enough training to realize, like, creative finance is definitely a passion of mine, but community is like the thing, it's the mission, right? And so she already knew from watching videos that the community was there as probably the greatest gift she could ever receive, was just going to a meetup where she could meet these people. She just kind of went off on her own and started networking with people and started chatting with everybody about everything.
Well, I just thought it was amazing at the end of the day, because that was my opportunity to network, to meet people. And there was people from all nationalities, all walks of life, and they were sharing their story with me because, of course, they knew my story, you know, how I'm starting out. And so they were more than willing to share. And then I met those that are in SubTo that are doing deals. And it was amazing just to network, because I was just like going up to people and starting a conversation, because I always believe everything starts with a conversation and you don't know until you ask. So I was just kind of making my rounds, talking to different ones, gathering kind of like information, hearing their story, what they do. And it was just really a nice event, the meetup, because everybody was networking. Everybody was networking. And so I just had a really good time. Like, I was even more excited, more amped up. You know, I was amped up, but like everything was just like fueling me, you know, like fueling me. I can't wait until I can learn how to like bird dog, and I'm meeting these people that are going to be key people during the course of all of this, as I move forward.
What was interesting is, like, I go through my life not telling my wife what I do, and my wife finds out like what I'm doing on social media. I go the whole day with Mattie, which I'll tell you about, but then I get home, and the whole next Saturday, I'm hanging out with the kids and my wife, poolside, doing the thing. And not one time does my wife ask me, like, hey, so how was it hanging out with the homeless lady all day long yesterday? And I finally, at the end of the day, I'm like, are you not going to ask me like how it went with Mattie? She's like, I've been with you for 15 years. I know that you're crafting some incredible story, and if I ask you now, it's all going to change. And I just let you be a feather in the wind. Just do whatever the hell you're doing.
1, 2.
Before he left, he said, the next time we get together, he said, I'm going to have a plan for you. I'm going to have a plan for you.
The most common question I get when people are starting in real estate is, where do I get started? And the answer is, it depends on who you are. And when I look at somebody like Mattie, I say, Mattie, you have nothing, you have no experience, you have no money, you have no credibility. Meanwhile, there's other people that have been in real estate for 30 years that come to me and say, how do I get started in RV parks and mobile home parks? I'm not giving them the same answer. And so when I dissected Mattie's situation and the path that she needed to follow to the fastest check, I realized she needed to be in the today money category, right? You've got today, tomorrow, and forever money. I buy an asset, it cash flows every single month. That's forever money. I go do a fix and flip. That's going to be some tomorrow money. I might get that in 3, 6, or 9 months. But what I need right now for Mattie is a check. She also told me she has not had a single dollar in her bank account for over 4 years. This lady needs today money. And she needs today money in a way that literally requires no cash, no license, no cold calling. And so I chose something called bird dogging. And what bird dogging is, very simply put, is you're playing the middleman between the real estate agent and the buyer. And you are literally getting a deal that's already under contract and bringing that address to the person that's ready to buy it. It's very simple. If you look at it in Instacart terms, for example, I, the buyer, tell the bird dog, Instacart, I'd like to get some eggs. Please go and get those eggs and bring them to me. Instacart did not buy the eggs, create the eggs. They just went and got them and brought them to the buyer. In real estate, that position, the Instacart position, is called the bird dog. I tell that bird dog what I'm looking for. A 3-bed, 2-bath house in Tempe, Arizona for this much money, and I want to flip it for this much. Go find somebody that has a deal similar to that. So Mattie, she's going to go put in the work. She's going to get my buy box, what I'm looking for, what kind of eggs I want. She's going to then go to the supermarket where deals exist, and she's going to bring those eggs to me so I can actually do something with them. Bird dogging is by far the simplest and easiest way to jump into real estate. However, there are some drawbacks, and so we will focus on bird dogging in the beginning. We will then jump into a different strategy later down the road, because bird dogging is not going to give her assets. Bird dogging is not going to give her large chunks of money. Bird dogging is going to get her started, get her momentum, and put money in the bank.
So that next time we met up was here at the office, and he was laying everything out on the whiteboard.
So let's talk about how we find wholesalers real quick.
Okay.
You'll want to make a list, because this is actually, this is now going to start being your role, your responsibility.
And so telling me like step by step how we're going to do this and get me out of my situation and teach me like different things about real estate. But it's like a process. It's a process. So I'm starting from ground zero.
And I told her rules. Rule number 1, rule number 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, step number 5.
Okay.
You're gonna want feedback
Okay.
on each property. And I said, if you break these, you're gonna come back to me and go, I'm not having luck, or I'm not having success. And I'm gonna remind you of these rules. I'm gonna remind you of the game plan. Stick to the freaking game plan. And so the first game plan is for her to find me a deal that's already under contract.
I'm gonna learn, start out bird dogging. So right now, it's one buyer, just one buyer, and then just networking and not try to make the mistakes that others made in the past, trying to work with this buyer, that buyer, find deals for this one, find deals for that one.
I teach all types of real estate. I'm just teaching you bird dogging because this is a good fit for you right now. There's a bunch of things like the Orbit program, wedge method, all sorts of things that I haven't even taught you yet that are so good even for you, but I'm not going to teach them to you because I just want to focus on bird dogging right now.
Me too. Just stay focused for right now, and then as I guess as I learn more in doing deals and get used to everything, then I can like take on maybe another buyer, you know, just keep it simple. Keep it simple.
And the thing I kept coming to is like, how the hell am I going to get this lady out of the shelter but not burden her with monthly bills? Because she's 59. Like, I need to get her financially free in 30 days.
Well, currently I live in a shelter. It's a 90-day program. It's a 90-day program. My 90 days are coming up. So they want you to position yourself to have somewhere to go within those 90 days. It could be sooner, it could be later. Like some people, they're past their 90 days. So once you're past your 90 days, they really start putting pressure on you. They start putting pressure on you. If the pressure is on, you have to do what you have to do until you can do better, right? And that's why I'm trying to really get a hold of and get this thing down to a science with bird dogging so I can start making money.
How do you do that in 30 days?
So what's step 1?
So step 1 is I need to teach you how to go and create active income at the drop of a hat. The active income means I go do an activity, right? An activity, active income, creates money into my pocket. So I go flip burgers at In-N-Out, I'm actively earning an income, versus passive income would be I own a thing and it spits out a check every single month. Whether I go there or not, do anything or not, I get that passive income. Well, if I build passive income for her, which would be rental, portfolio, etc., I'm now building a requirement for management, systems, processes, potentially people. 59 years old, no experience. I can't put that on her plate. So I said, we need to create active income that requires no experience, no license, nothing, zero, zilch, nada. And then I need to create some other steps along the way that ease you into some bigger things, show you what's possible. So the first one, very obvious, this is like 99% of people on the planet should start here, is let's get you bird dogging. Let's get you finding people that already have contracts, SubTo students, go to them and bring me deals. She thought this was so easy. She thought it was so easy. This is the funniest freaking thing ever. She goes, there's no way it's that easy.
Well, right now, as it stands now, I don't have any income. So if I can do a deal and get paid $5,000, I have income, which will encourage me to keep the ball rolling, keep going, find another deal and another deal. Learning how to bird dog was the first thing. Learning what to do and what not to do, right? Just start out, keep it simple, one buyer to find deals for. And then after that, he said, we're gonna learn creative finance and how to get these things that I need to be effective.
What I'm doing on her fifth deal, now she knows how to find where deals are coming from. She knows how to do this. It doesn't cost her any money. She's gonna find me a SubTo deal here in Phoenix, Arizona that can be converted into an 8-bedroom shared housing property. So we can rent it out by the room. And I'm gonna give her a decision. Mattie, we got the deal, it's renovated. Do you want a finder's fee and get today money? Or do you want 1/8 ownership in this property? And if she chooses 1/8 ownership in the property, guess what she gets? She gets a free room, utilities, internet, cleaning, landscape, everything taken care of for her because the other 7 tenants are paying all the bills. She now has a free place to live for the rest of her life. She never has to worry about shelter or cleaning or laundry or having a kitchen. She literally has her own dedicated room for the rest of her life. And I can get this lady for the first time in her life to buy a piece of property, get off the streets. Think about that. Like, how many people do we have on the streets? We have 650,000 people in America living on the streets. Cool. But think about how many people are living in 1-bedroom apartments and can barely afford those 1-bedroom apartments. Like, if I could show you how to go buy a SubTo deal and get 1 room for free and save up money to get a bigger one and save up money to get a bigger one and so on and so forth. Like, if I could do it with Mattie and I could get her free room and board for the rest of her life. And so when I told her this, she's like, you're serious? I'm like, yeah, I could get there in 30 days. I could literally get you a house in 30 days that you could live in for free for the rest of your life. She's like, that's not possible.
Because I thought, that's how I started watching Pace, because I was like, this is too good to be true. He makes it seem so easy. He keeps saying anybody can do it, you know, and I really wanted to know, like, not that he wasn't telling the truth, but I wanted to know, like, if it's that easy, I can do it.
She didn't think I was telling the truth. The truth of how freaking easy this is. She thought I was full of crap. So what I did is I told her, do you want to go to a house that somebody just bird dogged to me and made 10 grand for about 3 hours worth of work? She's like, yes. I go, perfect. So I get Kelly Humbarger, who had just got paid 10 grand. She's a SubTo student, just got paid 10 grand bringing me a deal. And I go, let's go meet Kelly. And you can talk to Kelly and ask Kelly, is this real?
So you worked the deal yourself?
I did. I absolutely did.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So did you have somebody you could just kind of run the deal by?
Yes. So I was definitely nervous because it was my first home purchase. So I leaned on the people in my community. I have like a close circle of friends that I work with, and we just talked to numbers, but I was the one that actually went and like negotiated the deal down.
And then I, as the middle person, in order for me to like earn that fee, I was the one that was middlemaning that, right? I didn't want her to have to talk to the wholesaler at all. I wanted to be responsible for having those conversations with Steve about coming down on the price. So in my mind, that's how I earned that $10,000, right?
And she meets Kelly and she's like, we need to get to work right now. We need to get to work. This is, oh my gosh. And she's picking Kelly's brain apart, asking her every question you could even imagine. Is it really? Was Pace was lying to you? Oh my gosh, how fast was it? And Kelly's like, no, dude, it really is as simple as Pace says it is. And we wrap up while we're at the house and she looks over to me, she goes, can we get to work right now? And so that third day we hung out, we started calling wholesalers to build a supplier list for her. So I went into the free Facebook group where all the SubTo students are posting their deals, and I go into the Facebook group, we're gonna type in the word Arizona. And anybody that's posted an Arizona deal, we're gonna reach out to them and build a relationship with them and say, send me all your deals, I have a quality buyer. And she's like, that's all we have to do? I go, that's all we have to do?
What Paige showed me how to do was like post in groups, say who I am, what I'm looking for, that I have a buyer, and this is what I'm looking for. This is what my buyer is looking for. If you have any deals, then I signed up to be on people's buyers list that could possibly send me deals. So that was the next step. So that's how I actually started having people send me deals, is to post in groups, get on buyers lists, get on the list and reach out to them and say, hey, if you have any inventory or if you have any deals you can send me, this is my information. So that's how people started sending me deals. I get myself started at 9 o'clock. And then if there's action going on, I don't stop until it stops. If they stop sending me deals, I stop submitting. But in the process, I'm still looking for other people that can send me deals. So once that stops, then I start reaching out again and networking. So then I spend time trying to network.
She's trying to overcomplicate something that's so simple. So that's number one. She kept asking questions that were not even appropriate to the strategy. And then she, even a couple of days after I taught her how to go find go find the supplier, because I'm her buyer. So step number one was start with the buyer. Step number two is let's go find suppliers. The suppliers are wholesalers or real estate agents who already have houses under contract that they're wanting to sell the contract. What she started doing, she started calling sellers.
You didn't tell her to do that?
No, I told her specifically not to do that. And so what was she doing is she goes into the free Facebook group and she starts seeing people going, hey, I need help with a lead. Anybody want to call this seller for me? She's like, I'll do that. Where she was screwing up is that she was getting bored. And so she started creating new lanes to keep her brain occupied. And I do this too. It's like, oh, I don't want to keep doing this 12 hours a day. Let me create 12 things I do an hour a day. And so she was creating a secondary lane thinking that it wasn't going to cause any harm. I'm like, Mattie, it's causing all the harm. Stop it. Drop it. Mattie, you want a deal. You want success. Let me tell you what you're doing right now. You're sabotaging yourself. Do you believe you're worthy of this? Because I find that most people that are not taking action actually have a worthiness issue in their brain of I'm not worthy of this. I don't even know what my life would look like if I did have an extra 50 grand in my pocket. I wouldn't know what my life looked like without a rental or with a rental in my portfolio. What does that look like? So what they do is their limbic system prevents them and throws up walls and makes them not take any action. So I told her little bit. I told her inch by inch is a cinch, yard by yard is hard. And she's like, that's good. She writes it down. So she'll text me from time to time and go, inch by inch is a cinch. So she's on track. And I don't know what she's doing in her free time because I don't see her every day. In fact, I promised myself I could do this with Mattie, spending less than 2 hours a week with her, which is a bold promise for somebody else watching this going, oh, but you're spending every day with her. No, I'm literally out. I've allocated on average 2 hours a week to this lady. That's it.
Now rats can shine, jokers got silver lining, Holy Mary sings songs in the wet rain, walk ahead. Now every new day's a new firearm to my teeth, call me a liar, building as you read. on, show me someone living up desire.
Wait, what happened? The worst case scenario just happened. I got a call from Mattie saying that she's getting kicked from the shelter. Worst thing is she doesn't even know where she's going. They told her to pack up her stuff. They're going to grab all her things and they're moving her to another shelter. I don't even know where that's going to be. So the sad thing is she says most of these shelters don't even have Wi-Fi. There's no way for her to plug her phone in. She doesn't have unlimited data on her phone. And so her ability to watch videos that I'm sending her, a lot of the training that we've given to you guys, she can't even watch it. So her continued education is now basically going away. And her continued touch points, because she's not hanging out with me every day, those are also going to go away. And she's now going to be in a shelter. I won't even know where she's at. Her phone won't even be usable from what I will understand. And now she's going to lose all of her momentum, right? She was sending us deals. Yeah, she hadn't gotten a deal yet, but she was sending us opportunities. And now she's going to lose her Wi-Fi, her training. She doesn't even know where she's going to live. It's so crazy to me how people are living their lives like this, that they can just go down to a human being's room and go, all right, pack up your stuff, you're leaving. Wow.
When you enter the shelter, you have 90 days. So in that 90-day period, the expectation is that you're looking for an employment, that you're securing employment, saving money, so that when your 90 days are up, you have a place to go, you have money to sustain yourself, and things of that nature. What happened with my situation was, it was a month early. It was a month early. Why the decision was made, I don't know. I got a call about 8 o'clock in the morning. We're moving you today. And I said, no, you're not. I said, because that is too soon for me to pack up all my stuff, organize, and be ready to go.
I thought we had way more time. In fact, in my mind, I thought we had 20 to maybe 25 more days, and we just get an abrupt call saying you're out? What? I mean, I'm grateful that these organizations exist, but where's the communication? This lady's trying to get her life back on track through getting a bird dog deal, and she doesn't even have Wi-Fi now to even send a text message.
So by Thursday, they picked me and all my things up, moved me to Phoenix to a shelter, and which was a total shock because it's nothing like Mesa. This shelter is men, women, dogs, and whatever else was there. At the end of the day, the big difference with Mesa and this other shelter in Phoenix is you're allowed to be in your room, or you're allowed to go out or do whatever you want to do for the day. This other shelter, when you go out, there's no structure there. You're just in a room with beds.
So she's probably gonna have to walk to my office or figure out where I'm at because her phone doesn't work unless she's plugged into Wi-Fi.
Well, there's not an impact really, because if you're determined, you're gonna figure out how to get it done at the end of the day. It's just gonna take some time from you. That move costed me time. Now I gotta come up with another game plan. I gotta come up with a routine, a daily routine. So my daily routine was to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, shower, get dressed, and leave and find a workspace. So basically, I'm taking calls, I'm doing some calls, trying to do some deals, make some deals happen. I do have a strong buyer. Pace Morby is my buyer. So I look for what he wants, single families, Maricopa County, 3-2 and above, like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Some may have swimming pools, some may not, just whatever the deal brings that fits his buy box. So I'm just here taking notes, doing calls, and finding out what this deal may bring and if it's something that Pace might potentially buy. But my deal is, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? Because at the end of the day, if you want something, it's going to take determination, ambition. It's going to take you just doing whatever you have to do to kind of pull things together, figure things out. If you really want your life to change, then you'll figure it out.
As we discussed in episode number 2 with Mattie, I gave her a game plan that was very clear, whiteboarded it step by step. Step number 1 is find a buyer, which is me in this particular situation. She'll find other buyers in the future, but for right now, I'm her buyer until she gets her first deal. Step number 2 is only one buyer. Step number 3 is she needs to go and find wholesalers and suppliers that will bring opportunities to her. I told her and advised her, because she's not in my SubTo community, she doesn't have access to the elite trained people inside the industry. I didn't want to give her access to any resources that people in the YouTube audience or our free Facebook group don't have access to. So I suggested to Mattie, right when we first gave her the game plan, that she needs to go and find wholesalers that are in the free Facebook group that are SubTo student trained. So that's what she did. She went in there and she found about 15 contacts. What's cool about this is no matter where you are in the country, United States, Puerto Rico, Canada, Mexico, and 27 other countries besides Canada and Mexico, we have elite trained SubTo members that you can also JV with. Mattie started going into the Facebook group. She gets a list of suppliers, and the one at the top that was sending her almost 2 to 3 deals every single day was Matt Justice.
I reached out to one of Pace's students, and I was basically harassing him for a deal. Find me a deal, find me a deal, find me a deal. Not realizing how busy he is with his team, and he's astro flipping with his team. So, but I basically harassed Matt, like, come on, Matt, help me out. Help me find a deal.
So she connects with Matt Justice. Matt Justice is sending her addresses. She is copying those addresses and those numbers and sending them over to my team on a daily basis. The downfall, as we've discussed already, is that she goes in and out of Wi-Fi. My team has actually said multiple times, Mattie, this is a great deal, but by the time she gets that message and relays it back to one of her 15 suppliers that are in the SubTo community, that deal is now gone, sold, deleted. She lost the opportunity. Mattie would have gotten her first deal on deal number 18, deal number 24, and deal 30 because she was getting yeses from my team, but by the time she received the message and went back to the wholesaler and said, I want the deal, my buyer wants the deal, that wholesaler had sold it to a different buyer. Now, the great news is that Mattie did not quit.
And so he comes back with this deal. I send it in to the team. The team comes back with a firm no, right? So I'm looking at the deal, and just based on the things that Pace has told me and taught me, this looks like a deal, right, to me.
What ended up happening is on Monday this week, she sends me a message. And she says, hey, it's a holiday. Is it okay if I keep working? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I'm available. So I went into the emails that my team looks at. Mattie sends Heidi on my team the deals. I never look at them first. And I started looking at the addresses, and I was like, oh, let me just kind of verify and see what my team's looking at. And I see this one in Tempe, Arizona. Super safe market, guaranteed you're not gonna lose any money, right? And that's where the team will not be as good as me. I'll look at an area and I go, I'd rather go do that deal that has a guaranteed 25 grand profit than the house 25 miles south that we could make 60, but we also could lose 10. This one's like guaranteed we're making 25 to 35 grand, guaranteed. And I then go to the house it's a day off, and Trevon and I worked on Memorial Day. We went out there and we filmed, and I walked through the house. It's like, this is easy. Are you kidding me? My crew, Chava, who's been with me for 16 years, could be done with that renovation in 40 days. Yeah, $100,000 renovation in 40 days. You need a new kitchen. It's gonna be white shaker, so it won't be expensive. But then it's got really funky things like these drop down ceilings in multiple places. So that means that you're doing significant demo. You're getting rid of the retro bullshit. You're getting rid of, it doesn't look bad. Like there's a family right now that would probably buy this house for like, $400, $415 on the retail market, probably. I walked through, sent a video over to Heidi, and Heidi then goes, wow, the renovation's 40 grand less than what it looked like online. I actually think this could be a deal. I go, okay, can I commit to it? Because when I commit to this, I'm gonna text Mattie and say, congratulations, you just got your first deal.
We are going to the title company and we gonna get paid. We gonna get paid. We gonna get paid.
Here, look. Let's take a picture of me and her with a contract real fast.
Okay. See, Pace, why you always wait till I pick up all this stuff? We are going to.
Here, you hold the contract.
Okay. Well, the first deal, and to actually have a check in hand was like mind-blowing, exciting.
Okay, so what you're signing right now is you are signing what's called an assignment contract.
Okay.
Okay, so what that means is the person who actually brought the deal to you, which was Matt. Okay,
Yes.
Matt was involved. He actually opened the house for me.
He did.
Yeah, I went and met him at the house. Trevon
Awesome.
and I went over to the house.
Yep.
So Matt, who sends the deal to you, sent this contract to you.
Okay.
I knew you didn't have the ability to sign it, so we printed it out right here.
Okay.
And the beautiful thing about when you're doing bird dogging is you don't have to worry about any of the paperwork.
Absolutely.
Did you have to even worry about any of this stuff?
No.
Okay, cool. So you've got Mattie Richards right here.
Okay.
You got, this is the person that's assigning the deal. Their
Okay.
purchase price was $405.
Okay.
Okay. The person that we're doing the deal with is Magnus Title. That's who we're going to go drop this off to.
Okay.
Okay. The amount of money that I am putting up, because I'm the buyer, is
Okay.
$5,000 for earnest money.
Okay.
And you, my friend, are, let's see, where should it say this? Okay. You and I have another agreement. So there's two agreements we have to sign.
Okay.
One agreement is going to be between you and Matt,
Okay.
and then you and I are going to sign an agreement.
Okay.
Your agreement's for $405 with him, which is what you're signing right now.
Okay.
Then you and I are going to sign an agreement that's for $410 to me,
Okay.
which then gives you the ability to make the $5.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I need you to initial here,
Okay.
and I need you to sign here.
Okay.
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 Your first real estate deal.
Right?
That's so crazy.
No, that's so great.
How does that feel?
Amazing.
First of many.
The
Right.
first of many. Okay, so here is the settlement statement. Okay, so we call this a closing statement, a settlement statement, what have you. Okay, you guys can see this is the escrow number is right here. That is a recording number that goes to the state. This is a real deal. You can see that the original purchase price right here is $395. That's the price that the seller receives. Okay. The seller pays off the $99,000 he owed the bank. The seller has to pay the listing agent. The seller also had to pay the buyer's agent, and the buyer's agent is one of my students. He was a licensed wholesaler in this situation. Okay. So as you guys can see down here, the first student that got paid of mine was $59.25. They were the agent that brought the deal to the next person. They made $1,500 bird dogging. So this is the first bird dog, $1,500 they made. A third person in line made $5,000 who sent it to Mattie. Mattie then sold it to me and she made $5,000. So there are literally 4 bird dogs on this one deal.
I want to know your mood when you got the text message from Pace. I want to know what your reaction was.
Disbelief. I thought he was just joking around. I really did. I thought Pace was playing, and I even texted him. I was like, stop playing. And so at the end of the day, it didn't really hit me until last night. Like, I was like, no, this didn't happen. So I was like trying to process everything. And then at the end of the day, I was like, don't get excited, don't get excited, don't get excited. So I was trying to hold back the excitement. But when it really hit me was when I was about to go to bed last night. That's when it really hit me. And I was talking to the lady that sleeps next to me, Crystal. And so I was like, Crystal, it happened. So we was like hugging each other. She was like, congratulations, I'm so happy for you. And so we was just talking about it. That's when it really hit me like, yeah, this really happened. I came to the office, he was doing a teaching, which was great. And so I sat through the teaching, learned a lot of new stuff. And after Pace did the teaching, that's when he said, I said, Pace, when are we going to get the check? He was like, well, let me check. He was like, because I'm waiting on a title company to let me know that the check is ready. So we waited a little while and I was just kind of moseying around in here. And when the check was ready, he came in and he said, you ready to go? I was like, yes, yes. So we go to the title company.
The other emotional part was when we actually got the check, and she opens it up, and I saw her face when she saw the $5,000. It's like, oh my gosh, this has my name on it. It's a lot of zeros. It's more zero. It's all I've had in my bank account was zeros, but now there's a number on the front of those zeros. That was really emotional to me, watching her walk into the bank. And what was interesting, I know where I'm skipping some stuff, but what was interesting is we go to the bank and I go, you go do the bank stuff on your own. I don't want to be in your business, you know? So I sat in the Prius. Next thing you know, 5 minutes later, she comes out knocking on my glass on the Prius and she's like, hey, come inside to the bank. I'm like, they don't think that your check is real. That's what I thought. What was really happening is she's trying to get the freaking teller to borrow money from me, and she's trying to broker a gator deal right there at the freaking cashier. So she goes and grabs me and she brings me in and she's like, I need you to meet John.
Networking.
She's networking. She's enlisting people. She's closing. She's basically recruiting people going, the guy says, oh, I've always wanted to get started in real estate is what he told her. He says, I always want to get started in real estate. She goes, what's stopping you? He goes, money. She goes, I got the guy that has all the money. Let me go grab him. She just leaves line, grabs me and brings me into the cashier. What also got me emotional is remembering when my bank account would never have more than a certain dollar amount in it, that when you put a big deposit in, they hold your money for like 10 days. That's what her deposit is currently doing right now. They only gave her $100. They were actually going to shut her account down because she had never made a deposit into this account. And she was like, no, give me time. She had this belief system in her mind of like, I'm going to get a deal. Do not shut down my bank account. So she's calling them. Don't you dare shut down that bank account. So she gets this check that goes in there. $100 is available. $4,900 is not available until like 5 days later. That was interesting to me, to remind myself of a time when checks wouldn't clear because my bank would be like, we don't trust this person. We don't know if you just wrote this check and it is going to bounce, right? And then there was a significant moment where I was emotional yesterday when I dropped her off. We do the check, we go to the gas station, we get a snack, we're hanging out talking, and my whole team who handled the transaction, Shelly, Jade, Molly, Heidi, they're like, did you get her check? They're like, everybody's rooting for her, right? Because everybody remembers what it was like when they did their first deal. And then I drive her down to her shelter, and she was talking about like, hey, these security guards are not always that nice to me, but I'm always nice to them. And I drop her off, and I watch her. She has to go and get frisked to get back into the shelter. Like, think about, she just had this amazing triumph, just to have to go back into the shelter. And so I felt like a failure in that moment, like I haven't done enough and I haven't gotten her to where she needs to be, that she's still having to take her shoes off. They go through her bags, they go through all her stuff, and I took that as a personal defeat on my side of watching a friend that I've just recently made in the last 30 days go from triumph to pull your pants down, take your shoes off. We don't trust you. And I understand why they're doing it, so I'm not criticizing the act. I just was like, we gotta work harder. We gotta go get this done. Like, one deal at $5,000 is not enough money. It's life-changing. It's proof of concept, but it's not enough money.
Just keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Now, what do we, okay, so when we sign an agreement like this, where does this go?
To the title company.
To the title company. What is that called? It's called opening escrow.
Okay.
So this begins the start of the transaction. When do you get paid?
On the front end.
You get paid on the front end, but when is the front end? When do I become the owner of that property? Do you know?
Today, right?
Nope.
When?
So this is what's
the
beautiful.
closing.
You don't have to know anything to bird dog, like literally. At the closing, but do you know when the close of escrow is, when I buy the property? What day it is?
Friday.
It's Friday.
Yes.
Yes, there you go. So
yes.
you get paid on Friday. Here it is, what day?
Tuesday.
So you sign an agreement on Tuesday, you get paid on Friday. That's how fast this can happen.
Yes.
Do you feel like you could do this at least once a month?
Yeah. Heck yeah. I just sent Heidi over a bunch of properties this morning.
Not multifamily though, right?
No.
And not Atlanta?
No. So it was just exciting. Like the whole day was just, I was so excited that I wanted to kind of sit down and like woosah, but I couldn't. I was just too excited. So I was kind of like all over the place. When Pace dropped me off, I was just all over the shelter, everywhere, talking to everybody, but not talking about my money. No, I was just talking about I felt good, I was excited, I was in a good mood. And one guy said, I'm gonna call you Sunshine. He said, every time you come around here, you're just like sunshine. And so we were just like talking, having a good time. I was just kind of talking to everybody, and I don't usually do that. There's a few there at the shelter that I have connected with that I talk to, like, hey, how you doing? How was your day? Just small talk. And but yesterday I was talking to everybody, the staff, everybody that was there, because my excitement level was extremely high yesterday. And I think I kind of finally calmed down maybe around 11 o'clock when the lights went out. I think I kind of actually calmed down at that point.
Now, I'm grateful for Mattie because I could have had a way harder situation. I could have had somebody that is sitting there going through mindset issues of like, no, woe is me, the government hates me. I have not heard one negative word out of this lady's mouth. Everything she says, I like that person's nice. I like, all positive. I would say I hit the lottery. It could have been way worse. And I think people I've talked to that have experience with the homeless people and the people living on the streets are like, wait, you're doing what now? Like you're venturing into a world that you don't understand. I'm like, no, I understand it. I haven't worked in that world, but I've done a lot of, research. I've gone to multiple shelters and asked them what kind of people are here. And it was surprising the last year I found that a lot of the people in the shelters literally just don't have the ability to make enough money. They don't have enough opportunities. There's like 30% of people, like think about the kids, the statistic from Family Promise, 1 in 30 kids in America sleep in their parents' car. That's 1 in 30 kids sleep in their car. So I'm like, I have a 30% chance of getting somebody that's literally just financially not sound. And I hit one of the 30%ers instead of the 70%ers, right? She just has fallen on times that she needs a different option. That's it.
Just reaching out, sending an email, a random email that I didn't know was going to ever reach him or not. To now, like almost a month later, to have $5,000 in the bank. You couldn't even imagine, like, from what I came from, where I was at, to now having money in the bank. Like, give me a spacesuit. I am ready to take off. When Pace first mentioned it to me, like filming and doing my story, the first thought was, no, that's embarrassing. Everybody's gonna know my business, you know, and what I've been through, and I might not be ready for them to know. But then when he said, we can change a lot of lives, that's when it felt like something exploded in me, like, yes, because I know how I felt when I was out there on the streets and just trying to survive day to day, right? Like, wishing for an opportunity, praying for an opportunity, hoping for an opportunity. And if this can reach somebody and it can change their life, I don't care who knows what I went through. You know, so that was like my rationale of thinking.
The original game plan that I gave to Mattie started with her doing her first deal as a bird dog. Why? Because it met her where she's at. She has no cash, she has no experience, she has no license, and she really has a lot of fear around going out and calling sellers, negotiating. Heck, she doesn't know how to do paperwork. She wouldn't even have a printer to print out the paperwork. So we started her with bird dogging. Now, you guys can see what bird dogging is a little bit more in depth on our YouTube channel. Just type in Pace Morby bird dog. But that was the first game plan. Second game plan was to get her a phone, because I hate her phone. It is so god awful. It is the worst thing this lady owns is her phone. Hopefully, we can get her a phone one day. But the game plans changed quite a bit, because number 2 was to get her a phone. Number 3 was to get her a laptop. Number 4 was to get her a Gator deal where she could go out and get somebody to loan money to using my money, so showing her how to do a Gator deal. And then game plan number 5 was getting her into a house. Now, why wouldn't I get her into a house on day 1? Is because I wanted to get her active income by bird dogging. I wanted to replace her devices with phones and a car by using creative finance. And then I wanted to teach her more ways to get active income by teaching her the Gator method. The original game plan of doing this deal was very different than what it turned out to be. And we had to adapt to Mattie's inability to stay in a shelter for any longer. And I knew that if I just did the help and I got her second deal, her third deal, her fourth deal, we wouldn't have been able to keep up with the content. So, knowing I ran out of time with her shelter, I had to skip deal 2, deal 3, and deal 4 in the original game plan. So I took those out, I pushed those to the back, and I moved game plan number 5 up to game plan number 2. I said you can continue to use the resources that are in the free Facebook group. You can continue to use the resources with the ebooks and the YouTube channel, etc. She said, Pace, I've received so much help from this incredible community. I want to be a part of it. I don't want to be outside of it using the resources. I want to be a part of it. So she joined the SubTo community. And in this process of joining the SubTo community, she also got to participate in something called the No One Left Behind Challenge. It's a physical, in real life experience that we give to every brand new SubTo member that joins our amazing community. They fly to my office. In fact, this week we have people from Hong Kong, people from Germany, people from Israel, all over the world coming to our Phoenix, Arizona office, pairing up on teams and helping each other get their first deal. This property appreciated $320,000. My tenants paid it down $60,000. I have how much money into this deal? Zero. So I watch people go buy Bitcoin or go buy investments like stocks. Like, what the freak are you doing? You go create money out of nothing. I created $380,000 on this property from nothing. Nothing. I have no money in this deal, no credit in this deal, nothing. I just waited. My team is facilitating little micro teams. We're generating leads, sending out offers, and me and my team are actually making the hard and challenging calls to lock up SubTo deals, seller finance deals, cash deals, all in person.
So No One Left Behind is a challenge that is like way big, like There was so much activity going on, people networking, people meet. I met so many people and we connected on so many different levels. So No One Left Behind is to make sure that anybody who wants to do a deal can partner up with people who are like-minded, that they can connect with, do a deal. Because at No One Left Behind, you got newbies, you got seasoned investors. So I'm having all these different conversations, connecting with all these different people. I was here to network. I wanted to be at No One Left Behind to network, right?
Mattie, being on one of these many teams, was one of the people that generated leads for people like me. The process works like this. New members in the community generate appointments so that they don't have to overcome any objections or have to memorize any scripts. They set appointments for people like me, closers like me. Now, Mattie and the other members in this room are all trying to set as many appointments for closers like me as humanly possible. We were a couple of days in the challenge and a couple of deals had been done, some cash deals, a couple of SubTo deals, but none of them would have made sense for anything Mattie could have lived in. I looked over at Mattie and I was really hoping that we as a big team, this incredible community, would be able to find something in the Phoenix area that she could partner on, because after all, she's part of generating the leads, she's part of the teams. It would be amazing if we could find a SubTo deal that somebody would be able to sell to Mattie, Mattie could move into and generate cash flow. Well, by the day 3, Mattie comes to me, she goes, "Do you think we're gonna be able to find me a house this week?" I said, "Mattie, well, we're halfway through the week. Let's not cross our fingers. Let's not overestimate our capabilities. We've already done deals this week, which is incredible, and you've been a part of all of those. What's one more month in that shelter?" And Mattie says to me, "Pace, I don't have one more month in this shelter. If I'm not out of that shelter in a week, they're gonna kick me out on the street. I will have to sleep on the bus stop again. I will have to find another shelter. I don't have another month. We need to get another deal."
Yeah, there's a song by Eminem that said you only get one shot, right? And you got to make that one shot count. Sink or swim, right? You got to make it. You got to at least try.
Not only did I feel the pressure, but the entire room of brand new SubTo members knew that one of their own SubTo members in that room was about to be back out on the streets. So on day number 4, we made a massive push and generated a massive amount of opportunities. And out of one of those opportunities that one of the SubTo members made, they created an appointment to talk to somebody that was an ex-real estate agent of a deal in a cul-de-sac. This real estate agent had already been fired. This was an expired listing. We called this real estate agent. I was the one that chatted with them. The real estate agent says, "No, I was actually fired from that property. I believe somebody named Gordon Strand is the person that bought it." Guess what? Gordon Strand is a SubTo member. And I called Gordon Strand right there saying, "Hey, I was pushed a lead on a house. I'm calling to see if that property is still available for purchase. Are you wholesaling it? Are you keeping it? What are you doing, Gordon?" And Gordon says, "Well, Pace, I'm actually looking to wholesale it. As you know, I joined the SubTo community a year and a half ago. We wholesale a SubTo deal every single week. We would love to keep this one, but we need to wholesale it so we can buy another one." I said, "Oh my gosh, it's like a 9-bedroom property. This is too good of a fit for Mattie." And so I asked Mattie, I said, "Mattie, here's what we need to do. You are part of the team that generated the lead. I want you to set the appointment for all of us to go out to this property so that we can go visit and see if this is a good fit for you to live in, so that we can all rally around, get this deal done so you can buy your first SubTo deal." Appointment was set.
Okay.
Gordon is aware you're gonna be calling. Ingrid already set this up. So we're gonna call a number. Ingrid's gonna give you the number. You're gonna call Gordon, introduce yourself, and just set the appointment. Say, "Can I come see the house tonight at 8:30?
Okay.
And then ask him, "Can I bring a few friends?"
You're probably gonna traumatize him.
No, he's part of SubTo. He knows the drill. He runs meetups too.
Hey, Gordon, how are you?
Put it on speakerphone.
It is on speaker. Good. This is Mattie, and I understand you have a SubTo house for sale.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, right, if we could come and see the house tonight around 8:30.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome sauce.
Me and
Can
a
I
couple
bring a
friends.
few friends?
Yeah, I mean, the house is vacant. I don't think it's a problem. I'm going to be there. My partner, Shad, will be there as well. So, yeah, do you have any questions? Like, did you end up looking through the presentation that I sent over?
Yes.
Great. Any questions about, the property or the terms or anything like that?
Just say Pace will be there with me.
Pace will be there with me.
Amazing. I love Pace.
We all do.
Such a great time right now. So many amazing things are happening and the stars are aligning. So I'm more than happy to go and answer all your questions. Show you, yeah, of course.
Awesome, let's do it.
Okay, great. So 8:30 tonight, you have the address, so I will see you at...
Okay, awesome.
See,
Yes.
See you tonight, Gordon.
It's right on there.
Have a great
Okay,
one.
I appreciate your time. Okay, bye.
You too. Bye.
All right.
Is it? Hold on, I'll clip it to this. There we go.
Okay, so if you don't like the deal, we still have to find a co-living. I need to find a property for you. The second yesterday I found out that they're forcing you to apply for 20 jobs, I was like, first off, good. I'm glad that the shelters are finally doing that. They weren't making you do this before, right?
No.
Now that they're doing that, I love it, but it's time for us to get you out of that shelter.
Yeah, it's a great idea, but my career in real estate is more important to me.
I love how she gets one bird dog deal and she's like, my career in real estate. The beautiful thing is we worked as a collective group, as a community, to create hundreds of leads, and that one house that came from those hundreds of leads ended up being one of the great houses that Mattie really wanted to take a deeper look at. So we as a group went out to the property, made sure that the property would actually cash flow for Mattie. If she bought it SubTo, she could still get a room for free, cash flow on the other houses, and therefore she would get a free house and cash flow for the rest of her life.
Yo, welcome to Mattie Manor! Is it hot in here or what? No way! Where's Gordon? We should let people move around. It's hot.
Let's go, Matt. Let's go,
And I know you're watching this maybe saying, well, I'm not in the SubTo community. And I know, guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. But this is how she got the house. She got the house by being a part of a collective community that all created all these leads. And because they were all part of this, they all decided they wanted to go to the house and see if Mattie liked it.
Yeah, it was a lot. We flooded the neighborhood. So I was saying to them, I said, oh my God, I hope somebody talked to the neighbors because it's at night, it's late at night. By the time we got there, it was well after 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they're gonna call the police on us because we literally flooded the neighborhood. Everybody was parked everywhere. We were all over everywhere, even in the neighbor's yard and all that. But Rachel had already taken care of that. So it was a lot of fun. We went to go see the house. I loved the house.
And when we showed up to this property, not only was this a great property, it was a one-of-a-kind perfect fit for Mattie. It would allow not only her payment to be made, but the utilities, the taxes, the insurance, the pool, the landscape, the cleaning, the internet, every single expense, including the management fee. And after all of those things are paid for, Mattie would still walk away that property creating $2,000 a month in in-pocket cash flow.
Well, I didn't know that the deal was going to actually happen. I was just like super psyched. So there was no room for disappointment or frustration or anything. I was just like, I love that house. I love that house. Like, It's bananas for a setup for a PadSplit. It's in a really great area in Glendale. It's just like a beautiful area that somebody would love to stay, you know. And so I was thinking like, yes.
We walked the property and found there was a guest house on the back that had 2 extra bedrooms that would generate an extra $1,800 per month. This was like a gift from God. Now we do deals all the time, but this deal was like a perfect fit for exactly what we were looking for. And I had a conversation with Mattie. I said, Mattie, should we lock this deal up, pay the team, and you take this deal as your own? She said yes, and she said, I don't know how I'm gonna come up with the $10,000 fee for the team, the closing costs, the renovation, and I said, don't worry. Anytime we do a deal in the SubTo community, when somebody needs capital, we all rally together, throw capital into the deal, and a group of SubTo members ponied up and became Mattie's private money lender on the deal, allowing the down payment, the closing costs, the renovation costs, the first couple months of payment, so that Mattie could jump into this property with no money out of her pocket and take ownership of this $540,000 house. It was an incredible story, mostly because Mattie was part of the lead generation and Mattie was part of the process that got the deal. But my favorite part was that the whole entire community said, let's get this deal done. Let's figure this out. Gordon, who could have kept the house for himself, said, let's take care of somebody that is in our community and let's get her in this property. Mattie, finding out that this was her property, calls me up and says, I don't really know that this is real, Pace. I feel like I'm dreaming. I feel like you're gonna tell me tomorrow that none of this is real. This doesn't seem real. Everything in my life has been against me. Everybody has taken advantage of me. And I finally found a group of people that really want the best for me, and I'm waiting for the other boot to land. All right, so we are at a nonprofit, a shelter. It's actually a really big shelter. They bought this hotel across the street over here. They have a total of 900 beds. And I toured them a year ago because I was planning on making a TV show about helping people get off the streets and getting into housing. And this is where my dream started, of like helping tell the story of educating people. And then now it's where Mattie's new shelter is. So to catch people up, this is now the 4th shelter that Mattie's been in. The second one she got kicked out of because she got her first deal and she was afraid of somebody stealing her money. So she brought a box cutter into the shelter and they kicked her out because of that. Then she had another one. It was like a temporary 2-week shelter. Now she's been in this one for like 20 days, okay? And I didn't know what shelter it was because I haven't been picking her up. But this is a shelter I toured a year ago, dreaming about helping somebody at one of these shelters. And I told the lady that was like the case manager that was showing us everything, I said, man alive, you imagine if these people knew about real estate, like how they could change their lives? And the lady says to me, oh, Pace, sir, she says, oh, sir, these people are far from doing real estate deals. These people can't even get a job. These people can't even do X, Y, and Z. These people can't. And she didn't mean it super negatively, but she just was like, you don't understand what these people are really dealing with. And then Trevon and I just pulled up to this shelter and I'm like, oh, this is the shelter where the lady told me nobody here is ready for real estate. And I'm pulling somebody out of here right now who just got their second deal, but their first rental that they get to live in and house hack and live for free. So you just can't listen to people. You absolutely can't listen to people. You just got to make things happen. So we're about to pick Mattie up. So Mattie's going to tell us a story today. She's going to tell Trevon. And the story is this. 3 days ago, Mattie told her roommates, there's 6 girls living in a room with her. She told these 6 ladies, I got a house and I'm moving out. And I wish you guys luck. You should watch this guy, Pace Morby, on YouTube. And 5 of the girls were like super supportive. And one of the girls was like, yo, what are you talking about? You don't have a house? Why are you trying to make us feel bad? Like, you know our dreams are to have a house too. Why you got to be making up these lies? And it got confrontational. It got aggressive. And the shelter kicked Mattie out. And Mattie, for the last 2 nights, has been sleeping on a bus stop in 105-degree weather, no shower. And today's the day we're picking her up. I'm not pulling her out of the shelter. She's been staying on the street for the last 2 nights. The reason we're at the shelter is because they're going to release her stuff to her today at 2:00 in 14 minutes. So in 14 minutes, we get to pick up her stuff. She is literally coming off the street right now, and we are going to go take her from the street to owning her own house, having her own bed, and living a different life than being out on the street, which will be cool. So let's hear Mattie's version of the story. Bro, why she got somebody else's book besides my book right now? Like,
What?
why do you got anybody's book besides my book?
I got you, Case. I don't need a book. We are heading to my house.
And where are we leaving?
Where are we what? Oh, we leaving the shelter. Thank God we are leaving the shelter. Downtown Phoenix, Arizona. That was just one of them, though. But that was the last one.
Is that the last shelter you'll ever have to live in?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
How do we know?
Because I got money. So I won't have to live in a shelter because now I know how to buy properties. I know how to do deals. And guess who I'm rolling with, y'all? Put the camera on Pace Morby. That dude.
That's who we're rolling with.
Okay, so 3 days ago, I was in the room and one of my roommates was, I guess, having a hard time because she didn't like me from the onset because I said I had a house. So from that day forward, like, she wanted to, like, start arguments and fights with me. So I said, 2 nights ago, I said, I better leave because I felt myself going to a place I haven't been in a long time because she was just yelling and screaming at me, talking about, you ain't got no house, you just a liar. And she telling the staff lady, this lady is just a liar. She don't have no house. Like, she don't know me. I don't know her. I've never had a conversation with her. So at the end of the day, she goes out the room after arguing with me and turns the light off, seeing that I'm in the room, like by my bed, I'm on my phone. And as a matter of fact, I was having a conversation with one of the SubTo members. And so she turns the light off, so I go in the other room to turn the light back on. And so she opens the door back up, and she goes, don't you touch that light. And then I turn the light on again, and the staff lady, she went and got the staff lady. Staff lady comes back. We have to have a meeting, and she's still calling me a liar and doing all of that, trying to provoke me. And she did just about, but I said, let me just go out for a walk. It was after 9 o'clock. I said, let me just walk and pray and cool down and get myself together. But I felt myself in a place I haven't been in a long time. And why she was able to push my buttons like that, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I just stayed out. I stayed at the bus stop. I slept outside, and then I said I was going to go back that next day, but I didn't feel like I was, like, I should go back because I felt like she was going to start again, and this time I might not have been able to control it. And so I didn't go back. I stayed at the bus stop because technically our moving date...
You slept at the bus stop?
Huh?
You slept at the bus stop?
Yeah, 2 nights.
So, like, what are you sleeping on?
The bench.
That's right.
We are now entering, what did you call it, Pace?
Mattie's Manor.
Okay, we're coming in.
Wow, this smells good.
Huh?
This smells nice.
I was up cleaning this morning.
Well, yeah, it smells
Laura
good.
picked out that nice mop, and so I was mopping the floors.
I'm gonna put your stuff right here so it doesn't crowd your room.
Okay.
That sound okay?
Okay.
Otherwise, you're gonna just have all your stuff crowded in that room.
Okay, and then I'll organize everything.
Yeah.
Look at this big, nice bed. This mattress is like this big. Like, it is so, I was comatose last night sleeping in this bed. Look at that. And this is one of them. Well, at first it felt like a dream.
Yeah.
A dream. And then, like, after a few days, I was kind of settling in and thought, like, woohoo, this is great. Nobody's here. Like, because living in a shelter with all those women, the staff, people coming and going, like service people and stuff like that, it's never a dull moment. There's a lot going on. But I'm thinking, like, yes, this is great. Like, I can find a deal. I can do a deal. It's peaceful. Like, I can eat what I want to eat and not what they give us. At any time, like at the shelter, I had to wait until probably like 6:30 in the morning because the lights don't come on until 6. It's quiet time. Until 6, I get up early, and when I wake up, I want to be up. I want the lights on. I want to make coffee. I want to pray. I want to get my mentals together for the day, for focus. But there, you got to follow the rules. You can't get up. You can't make coffee until after quiet time. It was great to get up and go to the refrigerator and get something to drink. So it was just a really super fantastic feeling, like with the car.
There was this overwhelming stress every single day that she had to walk to the bus and drive to the bus. And where she was before in the shelter, she actually had access to a high traffic train. Center of town, the shelter was literally across the street from this train stop. And so it was easy for her to get to my office or other places she needed to get. And it turned out that the biggest stress she now has is a first world problem, which is she no longer has access to reliable and speedy transportation. So the absence of a car became a very, very apparent problem, and this was something popping up in every single day of our conversations. Then, one day, somebody from our office says, "Come down to the office. There's something cool happening." So I walk into the office not knowing anything that was going on, and one of our leaders, Big Mike, we call him, out of Yuma, decided, "Hey, Mattie, I work a lot of probate deals and I run into a lot of people that have cars. Let me show you how to negotiate and find a car on seller finance."
I don't know who added who on social media, but at some point she reached out and she told me, I think she saw my videos and everything that I've been doing with the community. So she offered to bird dog for me. She saw that I was into buying RV parks and mobile home parks. And I said, absolutely, but one thing's first, I like to connect with people that I'm gonna do business with, to get acquainted. So we actually talked a couple times back and forth before we actually jumped on the phone. And we're telling each other stories. I was like, wait, you're Mattie from the video? So we connected, and at some point we were just talking about life and really connected with, and that's what it's all about in the community, is leading with value, making genuine connections, and the universe has a way of just paying you back every time. Let's go meet Mattie.
What's up, Big Mike?
Mattie!
What's up, bro?
How are you, my friend?
Good.
Nice to
What's
finally
going
meet you.
on? I know, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I told you, I'm gonna do what I say. I'm here.
I do what I say too.
Yes, you do.
I got all the integrity up in here.
Let's go get a deal, huh?
Let's do a deal. Let's get some money, Mike.
get some
Come
money.
on.
Come
You
on.
can't keep all the money in Yuma. Give us some over here.
So, have a seller for a vehicle. And from what I heard, he's kind of tired of lowball offers. It's been on Marketplace and the guy's busy. He's tired of going back and forth with people. He just wants to get things sold. So I think that we can get very creative with it on a seller finance deal.
Okay. But, I mean, what is he asking for it?
So I think he had it for like $2,500 and $2,000, and people online are lowballing him. And from what I gathered is that he's just tired. He's busy. He's tired of people flaking on it or lowballing him. So I saw an opportunity. Mattie wants and needs a car.
Okay.
That's how I move. I move quick. You know that, Mattie. I'm in Phoenix. I was like, you know what?
I love it.
Let's put this in writing.
Let's do this.
Yeah. I think it would be interesting to see how he reacts when. So I'm gonna show you how I would do it.
Okay.
And then you're gonna call him, taking action like that. Because it's nerve-wracking, right? You're calling somebody, trying to pitch seller finance, zero down deal, and first he was kind of hesitant. The seller was.
Let me just do a little more contemplating.
Okay.
And circle back with you. Just give me some time, and I had someone was gonna come look at it today, and I'm not too familiar, but I'll definitely consider it.
Okay.
And circle back with you. Sound good?
Yes, thank you, Jesus. I wasn't going to call back. I really wasn't going to call the seller back because he said he had to think about it. But when I told Big Mike from Yuma, I said, if I were him, I'd do that deal. I would do that deal with me. And he's like, call him back, call him back. So that taught me, like, don't give up, try again. And you don't know until you ask. So I called him back and I offered him more money. And he was open to that because he said people have been lowballing him. Like, he wants $2,500, but they didn't want to give him $2,500. And it didn't sound like he was open to terms at first.
Hello?
Hey, hi, Jesus. It's Mattie calling back.
Hey, Mattie. Yeah.
Thank you. I just wanted to just say something. I am thinking in terms of, I'm a serious buyer, and I'm thinking in terms like maybe we can do $4,000 if we can do the terms today.
Okay, now you got my attention. I guess my only concern, Mattie, is say, we're 2 months in, you miss a payment, what then?
Well, I don't anticipate me missing any payments, and I'm not oblivious to know that, things could happen. However, I'm just not anticipating that happening.
Sure, and neither am I, Mattie. I'm sure, you're an honorable woman. I'm not, saying it's going to happen. I'm saying if it does, right, say we're 2 months in, 3 months in, you're making your $333 payments on time, and, a month, or a few months into me seller financing you the vehicle, you miss a payment. Are you okay with me attaching late fees?
Absolutely.
If we can get something in writing, I think you might have a deal, Mattie. I think that's something
that would be great.
What just happened?
We got a deal. Yes.
Oh my God, that
we
is
got
amazing.
A deal. Oh my God, I am so excited. We got a deal.
What if he didn't call back?
I probably wouldn't got the deal because somebody's coming today to look at the car. So if they have cash, they might say, oh, I can give you $2,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you can get $4,000, but over time, you know what I mean?
Makes a lot of sense.
It's a win-win situation. I get the car, he gets the money each month. So he gets to look forward to $333.33 every single month.
Every month.
I would do that deal. I can't wait to get a car because I be needing to go to the tax assessor's office, look up records for different properties. So I can't wait to get a car.
I didn't know this was going on. This just is a testament to our incredible community. Big Mike, shout out to you again, out of Yuma, Arizona, of all cities. And Big Mike was in the office as I walked in, educating Mattie, showing Mattie how to negotiate, getting Mattie to get on phone calls and doing the mentoring, and more importantly, recording it so that all of you guys can have access to it.
What's up?
Hi, Jesus.
Mattie?
Yes, the one and only.
Oh, this is sick.
shocked. And I'm like, okay, this thing's gonna be a piece of crap. Turns out it was the opposite of that. It was like an untouched Mercedes E500 or something crazy. Incredibly safe, reliable, and she got it on terms. Crazy, crazy good terms. And now this woman has access to reliable and safe transportation. You know, the last time I got a text message from her has been a couple of weeks. And the reason being is because she can toot around town all day long in her brand new Mercedes like she's ballin'. Think about that, homeless to homeowner to Mercedes-Benz owner within 120 days. That's freaking mind-blowing.
Everything's on the digital agreement, the 12 months, you know, $333 for 12 months, $50 late fee if any payment is delayed.
Okay.
So long as I see that, I see your name on it, my name's on it, you know, we sign digitally, I'm good. I can get picked up and you'll be on your ways. Yeah. Just make sure you get it insured, you know, as soon as possible.
Okay.
Today.
Is insurance on it?
Yeah, I'll have to, so just let me know as soon as you insure it, and then I'll remove the insurance from my name so that you can, you know, whoever you go with, just, hey, Jesus, you know, I insured the vehicle, I'm good on my end, and yeah,
okay,
it's yours.
Big Mike is the freaking man, and Jesus is the man for letting her buy this on Seller Finance. And Mattie is the man for structuring a creative finance deal. Boom.
I mean, can you imagine like going from being homeless on the street with nothing to like learning real estate, how to do deals? I knew nothing about seller finance. Like, I didn't even know people do that, right? Like, so this was way big. So everybody has their way of doing things. So in the process of me and Mike like connecting and me trying to bird dog a deal for Mike, you know, just having casual conversation, he's trying to get a feel for me, trying to get a feel for him, and how all of this is gonna come together, because I really wanted to bird dog a deal for him and find an RV park for him and, you know, help him make his dream come true. But in the process, he ended up like making my dream come true with this seller finance car. So it was just, it's amazing. Like, it's still mind-blowing to me. Like, pinch myself, I'm gonna wake up from this.
Since we launched the community in 2019, 2020, we've always had the tone in the spirit of being a go-giving community. One of the first things you'll hear is that people will say, I joined the SubTo community, I had no idea what I was in for. This community truly does it different. It's a special experience, and Big Mike and what he did is a big testament to what our community is about. Big Mike didn't text me and say, hey, can I help Mattie? He didn't text me and say, hey, can I use your office? He just took action. He took the initiative. That's standard. This is standard. The way we treat each other, this is standard. It's not the exception, this is the standard. And I'm really proud of people like Big Mike that set that standard inside the community, because without them, it becomes the exception. Doing cool things like that becomes an exception.
No, I've never seen anything like this before. Like, you meet people in a community and you're talking about what your dreams and aspirations and goals are, and you don't know the person. This is the first time I've ever met Mike in person. We've only like talked on Facebook or on the phone. I've never like met him in person, but like I love this, because when we first started talking, he was like, I'm Big Mike from Yuma and I do what I say. And I love that, so I've been saying that back to him. Like, I'm Big Mike from Yuma and I do what I say. Like, and he really does do big things. Like, that's, to go from not having a car to having a Benz, a nice one at that. Like, whoa, that's big.
Now, as we wrap up this story with Mattie, we obviously know that this is not the end of her story. This is just the end of us telling her story. One thing that we do know is we gave her ample resources. We helped her through her first couple of deals. We helped her get off the streets. And at some point, I've got to go help the next person. But Mattie will be in the free Facebook group. You can check in on her and see what she's doing. We don't know what's going to happen, but we know a couple of things. One, we know that she's no longer on the street. She no longer had the time commitment to saying, you have 20 days, you have 18 days, you have 14 days to be out of the shelter, or you're gonna be sleeping on the park bench. That is no longer a problem in her life. The team that has supported her and helped her out, primarily the SubTo community, I want to give a big shout out to you because this is how we show up for each other. Now, the other thing we also know is that Mattie got her first deal in less than 20 days, learned how to make active income, so she doesn't ever have to go get a 9-to-5 job. Another thing that we know is that Mattie is a part owner in a PadSplit property. It's pretty cool that she has a safe place to live for the rest of her life if she chooses to do so. Now she has other partners in this property, and those other partners might not want to sell that property, and she might decide she wants to upgrade or move to a different city, and she will no longer have free rent. I don't know what Mattie's going to decide. I hope the best for her. We love her. She'll always have access to me and my cell phone and my team. I think it's something that we can all be proud of. And shout out to the SubTo community one more time for helping her out, bringing opportunities, and the abundance of responsibility that we took to take care of one of our own.
Well, I wanna 5 years from now, I wanna be like helping single moms who need a place to live, who are barely making it, suffering in silence. I wanna help my brothers and sisters on the street that are literally living on the street. And a lot of people that live on the street know me from here to Mesa, from Phoenix, Mesa. I'm new to Glendale, but I call that Phoenix too. A lot of people know me because I was out there too. So I want to help people because I was in a, Quick Trip. And so one of the guys, young guys that was on the street out there with me, he walked in a quick Trip. He was like, can you help me get something to eat? I was like, yeah, absolutely. Like, get what you want. So, like, I don't care where I'm at. I believe in random acts of kindness. Because you never know what that could do for somebody. So anywhere I go, I'm looking for a golden moment. That's what I call a golden moment. Random acts of kindness. Like if there's anything I can do.
Welcome to Phoenix, Arizona, a property that is going to be turning from a 3-bedroom, 2-bath into a 9-bedroom, 3-bath that will generate roughly $10,000 a month in income and then net us about $2,000 every single month. This house came from a SubTo member that went to a homeless lady who set the appointment and bought the deal from him. She brought the deal to me and is wedging into ownership. We'll talk about that in later parts of this video. The most important thing I want you to walk away from is understanding that today's exit strategy is all about co-living, affordable housing. This is a non-HOA neighborhood, so we can do whatever the heck we want within reason. And we're gonna be talking about parking. How can 9 residents live here? Where does this structure come from? How do you find those residents? And then also, how is a homeless lady getting off the streets 90 days ago and now having partial ownership of a SubTo deal without cash, credit, or credentials? We are into this deal $0 out of pocket and will net cash flow about $2,000 a month. Let's jump right into this video and show you guys how you can do this too. Yo, how's it going, Mattie?
Hey, Hey, Pace, what's up?
What's up?
Welcome to Mattie's Manor.
Mattie's Manor.
Yes.
Mattie, what is this house? What are we going to turn it into?
Co-living. This is going
co-living
to be a co-living house.
Okay, cool. So, guys, we're going to be walking through this house. This was an Airbnb, struggling, just like so many other people. I know people will make comments in the YouTube comments saying, Pace hates Airbnb. I do, for the most part. You have to find a perfect house in a perfect location. When the economy drains, so does Airbnb. And so people are really being hurt on Airbnb right now. So you might want to stick around and find out how we're turning this into a co-living. Because as you can see, this was actually already renovated. Do you like how cute this is?
Yes, I love this house.
Super cute. So it's 110 degrees outside. It is like 80 degrees on the inside. We're not going to be going outside too much. The only person that will go outside is Eric getting B-roll for you guys. Mattie will own a portion of this house. Now, where this deal came from, we have a couple of gentlemen in SubTo community that have been in the community learning from me for the last 4 years. They do about 35 of these types of transactions just in Phoenix, Arizona every single year. Mattie used her networking skills and networked with those SubTo members. She negotiated this deal and then brought this deal to me. She said, hey, I want this appointment. You guys will insert her setting the appointment with Gordon right here.
Hey, Gordon, how are you?
Put on speakerphone.
It is on speaker. Good. This is Mattie. And I understand you have a SubTo house for sale.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, right, if we could come and see the house tonight around 8:30.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome sauce. Can I bring a few friends?
Yeah, I mean, the house is vacant. I don't think it's a problem. I'm going to be there. My partner, Shad, will be there as well. So, yeah, do you have any questions? Like, did you end up looking through the presentation that I sent over?
Yes.
Great. Any questions about, the property or the terms or anything like that?
Just say Pace will be there with me.
Pace will be there with me.
Amazing. I love Pace.
We all do.
Such a great time right now. So many amazing things are happening and the stars are aligning. So I'm more than happy to go up and answer all your questions. Show you. Yeah, of course.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Okay, great. So 8:30 tonight.
We came to the house. She said she liked it, and she worked with Gordon to get this under contract. Gordon made $22,500 getting an assignment to Mattie. Mattie brought the deal to me, and she is getting partial ownership in this property instead of a finder's fee. Do you want ownership or do you want a finder's fee?
Ownership.
Okay, she wants ownership.
Leverage.
Leverage. So Mattie currently is living in a shelter, is that correct?
Yes.
What is the name of the shelter you're in right now?
It is You Mom's Women's Center Haley House.
And when was the last time you owned a home of your own? Have you ever owned a home?
I never owned a home.
You've never owned a home?
Never.
Wow, 59 years old. This is your first home. And guess what you didn't have to use? Did we go to a bank?
No.
Did we pull your credit?
Nope.
Did we have to ask for any money from you?
Nope.
It sounds like a scam.
No, sounds like seller finance subject to.
There you go, guys.
We are SubTo.
We are SubTo. So Mattie went to Gordon, people in the SubTo community. She negotiated the deal, brought it to me. She said, I think this property will cash flow really heavy, but I want a free room in this house. So here's what's cool. The other residents of this property, which we will walk around and show you where they're going to be living, they will be renting the average room between $800 and $1,000, depending on the size of the room and depending on the access to the bathroom that they have. This bedroom, for example, we're going to throw a wall up here. They do not have a bathroom inside this room. They have to walk down the hallway. That's going to get a little bit less money than the person who has the master bedroom, which is right there, bathroom right attached. They will pay closer to $1,000 a month. Now, what's cool is those residents will pay us for all of these rooms, and it will cover our cost of the mortgage we took over. It will cover our private money lender, which we raised capital to do this. So I'm no money out of pocket, she's no money out of pocket, and we own this asset. The money coming in will cover the PITI, the insurance, the taxes, the landscape, the pool, the management fee. It will cover everything. Literally everything will be covered. And Even once a week, the house will be cleaned, internet will be taken care of, and utilities. So you will never have to worry about internet, utilities, taxes, insurance, or a mortgage payment on a house you own because the residents will pay it for you.
Okay.
Now, if Mattie wasn't getting partial ownership of this property, we would make somewhere around 20 grand a year net in our pocket. But because Mattie is taking one of the rooms as part of her ownership, she is going to reduce our income about $10,000 a year. And is that okay?
Well, yes and no, Pace. Am I willing to sacrifice $10,000 on this deal? And not really, but...
It's interesting how she has this mindset. We'll get to this a little bit later. We've been having an argument where she's like, well, if we're going to reduce the income, maybe I shouldn't stay here and I should stay in the shelter. No, we'll get to it later. So why don't we start with walking through the house? I'm curious, after we walk through the house, what room you're going to choose.
Okay.
Don't tell me now.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so first room right here, it's obvious living room, sunken down. What do you think we're going to do in this room when we buy it?
So this will become a bedroom, right?
And anything else that we'll do in here? Closet, bathroom, anything like that?
No bathroom. But this space is so big, Pace. And it's in the front of the house, so convenient. Because when they walk in the door, they're walking right into their room, right? All this space, convenience.
Right, so maybe they pay a little bit more. This is a huge room. This is like 15 by 12. This is probably like $900 a month.
I'm saying more like 1,000.
Well, usually you charge 1,000 for someone who has access to a bathroom directly attached to their bedroom, but we can try.
But look at the size of this room and the convenience.
This lady is cash like freaking hungry, man. She's always trying to charge people. Watch out when you do business with her. She's going to try and charge you a lot of money. I think we can try and see what we can get. I think we can list it for $1,000 a month.
Right, and then negotiate.
Yeah, there you go. Love that. Okay, cool. So let's go down the hall. This was set up as an Airbnb 3-bed, 2-bath house. As you can see, it's already fully renovated, so we don't need to do anything. Guys, this is what's beautiful. This was a house listed with a real estate agent for 6 months. Where did Gordon in the SubTo community learn to find these deals? Expired listings. Expired listings, if you guys want to learn more about those, click the link in the description down below. We have a whole training on expired listings and how to find deals just like this. New AC, new thermostat. Look at this freaking bathroom. This is amazing.
I love this.
I feel like they left this original and they spent all the money on a new tub, new shower, but this still works really great.
Yes.
Okay.
I love this.
That bedroom over there will share this bathroom. Okay. And then these 2 other bedrooms over here, which are already set up perfectly. Boom. Nice view of the front of the house. This is a little this is probably a 12 by 12 bedroom. And this will get like $825 to $875 per month.
900.
She wants 900. It's directly across from the bathroom. I like this desk area, but I don't think really anybody is going to use this. I think co-living people kind of keep to themselves and they don't really hang out with each other. Okay, we got another bedroom here. Kind of the same thing. Nothing really needs to be done here. I like this. It's like the corner of the house tucked back, but you do have to walk by everybody's bedroom to get back here.
Right.
So maybe $825 to $900 somewhere in there. Now, these closets are also a little bit better than the room in the front. The closet that we'll build in the room in the front will have no closet.
Okay.
We'll have a foldable closet. We won't spend money on building it out. So these bedrooms back here that have like full-on closets, a little bit better. Now, this bedroom is the primary bedroom, right? Has 2 closets. Has a window to the back. You can see the bikini girls in the pool right now. Well, okay, never mind. There's just swamp monsters back here right now. It's an overgrown pool. I don't even know what this is. Look at this medicine.
This is a bath. Oh, yeah. What is that? Oh, snap.
Oh, this is pretty nice. Should we charge them like $400 a month for this?
No, that's too much.
Oh, I found I found her limit.
No, but you haven't heard my price for this room, though.
Okay, what are you thinking?
$1,200.
Okay. Well,
look at this bathroom.
But here's the downside to this bathroom, okay? The downside to this bathroom is what?
Doesn't have a tub.
Well, yes, it doesn't have a tub, but the biggest downside to this bathroom is if I had a dedicated bedroom where nobody had to share my bathroom, I would probably be okay with $1,200 a month. But let's go outside and show where the other bedroom connects. So this house is like set up so perfectly.
I see.
That bedroom, which we're going to walk into right now, we'll walk over here to have access to this bathroom. Okay. So you're going to kind of diminish that private bathroom area. Check this out too. Like Eric, you'll do a lot more B-roll, but this backyard is incredible. A lot of hangout spots. The pool, I'm going to attempt to keep it and see what happens. I don't really want to keep it, but I also don't want to spend the money to renovate it and like clean it up. So we're going to leave it. The house backs to a canal. We'll see that in the B-roll of the drone shot Eric took. And the backyard is incredible. I'm sure, Mattie, you like to be outside a little bit, right?
Yeah, that's going to be a little slice of heaven right there.
Sick. Okay, so come on in here. So this bedroom, this is a bedroom as well, okay? So we can cut this up. This is a 10 by 10. Then the wall's gonna go right here. You're gonna have a bedroom. This person's gonna have a private entrance to the backyard. Now, the question's gonna be, well, how do people get to the backyard if you're now blocking off the backyard? We're gonna show you that in a second. This will be a common area, and I think we're gonna add a couple of outlets for some additional fridges, because what most people probably want is an extra fridge. They can have a fridge in their bedroom, like a little teeny mini fridge, but we'll probably put an extra fridge here and a little extra pantry to hold some food, and we'll have some little dining tables here, right? Like little things.
Bar stools.
But outside of that, this area doesn't really get used a lot. By the way, this is Michael Kim and Chino Monte, Portland, Oregon leader and Vegas leader, also doing co-living, and he's doing a ton of less fortunate is how you would use it, right? And Michael Kim, what are you doing besides still getting out of prison?
Right now, I'm trying to work on getting into the youth authorities right now.
Hell yes.
Help the Trump.
Change some freaking lives. Now, Michael, I remember there was a goal you had. Maybe we'll talk about this tonight on the podcast, but did you end up doing 50 states SubTo deals?
I'm like at 37.
He's done a SubTo deal in 37 of the 50 United States. Maybe not Puerto Rico. Have you done Puerto Rico? No. Okay, so he's got to add a 50 first place as well. Maybe he'll do Canada too. All right, so let's keep going. Now, I think what's also going to happen is that you've got a washer and dryer set up in here that if you're going to have 9 to 10 residences, we might need to get stackable and remove this area so that we can have 2 washers and dryers going on at any given time. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Right now, you imagine 9 people going, my washer's not available?
Nope. Or we assign them a day. Everybody has a day that they do their laundry, and that's their day.
This going to manage this whole property. It's going to be incredible. Okay, so how can people, if this room is blocked off, how can people get to the backyard to get to the pool and all of that?
Through here.
Through right here.
So we're going to...
Yep, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to count the bedrooms that are in the main house, okay? So we've got 1 in the living room, 3 that were originally here. That makes 4. 5 is right here. So we already have 5 bedrooms. That's probably around $4,500 a month in income. The monthly payment on the mortgage that we took over subject to is about $2,400 a month. There's no HOA. Utilities are going to be somewhere around $800 or $900 a month, because in Arizona, air conditioning is going to freaking hit you really hard. Right now, there's 1 air conditioning unit, but we've got to add a couple of mini splits on this side of the house. We'll show you that right now. So the garage, we're actually going to get rid of the garage. And we're really lucky, Mattie. Check this out. This area is going to turn into 2 bedrooms.
Right.
Okay. We're really lucky because this sliding glass door allows them to have their own private entrance as well.
That's right.
So here's how this will work. People walk in. There's going to be a hallway right here on my right-hand side. Then another hallway all the way down here. So if people need to, they could get, sorry, Eric. If people need to, they could walk in this door and get into the kitchen from this door as well.
Right.
Okay, and you're going to have 2 bedrooms lined up right here, back to back. These 2 bedrooms are going to share this.
Pace, you're tearing my house up.
I'm sorry. Ooh, all right. So check this out. We got a killer water heater. Great. Ooh.
What?
You got a water softener. It's like a $7,000 water softener.
Whoa.
You are decked out. Okay. So we got a Nordic track. We might put that Nordic track on the back balcony or patio. This will also be our third bathroom.
Yes.
Okay. And this will be great. We'll have a shower here. Oh. Shower is going to be where Eric goes. Toilet, sink. Now you can have those 2 bedrooms come in here.
Right.
You're also going to have these 2 bedrooms come in here as well. Check it out. Boom. We're going to turn this into 2 more bedrooms, 1 and 2. The problem is there's no windows on here. So we've got to add some windows. We might have add some egress. Egress would be the way for them to escape during a fire. So we want to make sure we add some windows so they can see the outside, bring in some natural light. And we've got to add a mini split here. Mini split meaning a small air conditioning unit, and a mini split over there for that. That brings us to a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 5. That's 9 bedrooms. I would love to get to 10. I would love to get to 10 because if we can get to 10, our average monthly income would be around $9,000. That's income, not net.
Right.
Let's go check out this shed. Did you look at the shed yet?
I did.
What do you think of it? It's too small?
What, that room?
Yeah, every time I come here, I swear we find like another bedroom.
I know, right? Is there another one? Like, I think we're going to find another one. Pace, what if we put, like, Amazon sells tiny houses for like $5,000, right? No, seriously, $5,000.
Where would you put it?
And we put it in the back, right?
Like you want another one? If you go above 10, you end up having to add fire sprinklers to the house. So
no, that's it. The 10, the tiny house.
Okay, so we don't like this.
No, I love this. This, right?
Okay, but we don't need a tiny house for this. We could just turn this into a bedroom. Couldn't we?
Right, my bedroom.
You want this to be your bedroom?
Yes.
Okay.
Only because it has the private entrance there.
Okay.
Right? I don't have to walk through the main house.
Yep.
And then it has a private entrance in the back to
You know
the
what
yard.
I could actually do here for this bedroom? I could probably put a little kitchenette in here.
Oh, that would be sweet.
Yeah, I couldn't put a bathroom in here.
No, because I can use that bathroom.
Yeah, you would use the bathroom.
This one.
You would use. See, this is a great idea because you got private entrance goes straight here. Then if you want to use the kitchen, you're going to go to this bedroom. Well, yeah, if you want to use the big kitchen,
right?
You go here. Your bathroom would be right here.
Right, I can share the bathroom
Yeah,
with.
your bathroom's just right there.
Okay.
So you're sharing with these 2 people and those 2 people. So you 5 would share this bathroom.
Right.
And if there's overflow, you could always walk to that other bathroom on the back patio where the master is.
Okay.
Make sense?
Or I could just use the hose outside.
Yeah, you could, I guess. Or you could use the gym or whatever. Usually you want to keep people limited to 4 people sharing 1 bathroom. A lot of people, the residences, actually don't ever shower here. They stay here, they sleep here, they keep a couple of things here, they have a computer, they're paying off student loan debt, what have you, and then they go to the gym in the morning and they shower at the gym and then they go to work. So they never really shower here. That's like half of your residences. So you're really not sharing 4 people to 1 bathroom, you're usually sharing 2 people to a bathroom, other than like, just going pee and whatnot. So I think what we got to do here is we got to enclose this into a hallway and make this air conditioned. So when you come into your house, this is actually walled off, protected, okay? And then that way you have a little bit nicer area. We got a nice glass door that lets sunlight in here. And then that way this whole house is 1 collective area rather than like 3 different units. In here, you walk in here, what I like about this, Mattie, is that you actually get a freaking backyard view and you can just walk out to the backyard.
Exactly.
This is actually, in a lot of ways, the best bedroom.
This is the dopest house space.
All right.
Like, you really, this is bananas. And thank God you used to be a contractor.
Oh, yeah, we know what we're doing.
Yes, that part.
Okay, so the thing is, somebody's got to do the work here. So we got a guy named Chava that does all of our work.
Okay.
Chava's been with me for 16 years. He'll come in here. Here's a couple things I don't like about this bedroom. You've got 2x4s as walls. Okay, why is that a problem? Well, your 2x4s don't allow for a ton of insulation, so we're gonna have to use spray foam insulation here to make sure the insulation's really good. Last thing we wanna do is have a house that you are in that is hot. We want this really cold in here when it's summertime and really warm when it's wintertime, right? Also, do you feel the slope here? There's a slope on this concrete.
Yes.
So we're gonna have to do auto leveler. We're gonna have to level this out. Do you want carpet in here or tile?
Like the floor where I can mop.
Okay, tile.
Yes.
Okay, so we don't want any carpet in this house,
No.
which is kind of nice because there's no carpet in that main house either.
Right, I don't like carpet.
Okay, cool. So we can turn, like, this is big, way big. This is a huge ass room.
Yes, because we got to move this. And if you're going to do a little kitchenette, where would you do it? Where would you put it?
Let's see. I would do it in the lower part of the kitchen. Okay, so like I would want to be sleeping in an area. So here's what we'll do is I'll have Chava remove these 2 posts.
Okay.
Okay, so this is out. And then we'll put a new beam in here to hold all this up that doesn't need these posts here.
Okay.
So when you walk in here, you don't have a post. I would have my bedroom I would have my bed like right here.
Okay.
I'd have like a couch, maybe like a TV over here. And I'd put a kitchenette over in this corner because it's the lowest part of the house. Does that make sense?
Yes, makes.
I don't
But
want
what
to
about that pace? Because that's like direct to outside.
Oh, we'll fix all that.
Okay.
Yeah. That gets all sealed up. We'll do insulation. We'll do drywall. This will feel like a house.
Okay.
You won't feel any different. It'll be a full-on house.
Okay. Because I like this space.
Yeah, and it looks like we've got a drain right here. I don't know if this is a legitimate drain, but this would allow us to add a sink in here, which is nice. So you wouldn't just have like a kitchen and like a little stove. I could have a sink for you and a drain in here, which would be nice.
That would be
I can't have a
nice.
toilet.
No.
Because the toilet has a 3-inch drain, and I don't think we have a 3-inch drain in here.
No, the bathroom. I could go to the bathroom.
Dude, this house is insanely good.
Pace. What if, just me thinking, right?
Yeah.
What if we took this space, moved it out a little in the yard, and made another bedroom? So that way we have 10 instead of 9 plus mine.
That's 11. I can't have 11 people living here.
No.
'Cause now we have to go to fire sprinklers. It's not about PadSplit or co-living. It's just I can't have more than 10 people here before the city says we have to add fire sprinklers to the whole property, which is another 50 grand.
Okay.
10 houses is more than enough. Let's go in the kitchen. We'll talk about this.
Wait, but this would be room 9, right?
No, this is room 10.
Okay.
Okay, let's go through this one more time. This is Mattie's room. We're not charging for this room because you, part owner with me, get this room for free.
Okay.
That's your partnership portion of this.
Okay.
So you're getting this, plus, of course, we would share the cash flow, so you'd get an extra $1,000 every year on top of free rent. Okay. So think about it. Like, this house is giving you free rent, utilities, cleaning, landscape, pool, internet, everything, taxes, insurance. That is all for free for the rest of your life. Like, think about that. You never have to worry about another house payment. Well, you never did, but like now you own part of a house, you never have to worry about the payment. Everybody here is making the payment, and you get to be Hawkeyes on watching the property.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
That is amazing. Pace, aren't you glad you have me in your life?
Yeah, you're the homie.
No. No, I'm just kidding. That's just a joke.
I'm so glad.
That's just a joke.
I
love Pace. We joke like that.
Remember when when we first went and picked you up?
Yes.
Eric was like, "Hey, come pick me up. We're going to the airport." And I go, "Yeah, but we got to go pick up a homeless." He's like, "What are we? Wait, what? What are we doing?" And now Eric's like, "Oh, we're hanging out with Mattie today."
Yes, I haven't seen Eric since we went to LA, but I saw him on the video. That's the last time I saw Eric. Because you have another cameraman.
Yeah, Travon. Okay, so I was gonna make.
So what are we gonna do with this?
I think this one might be your bedroom. Actually, I think we put this as your bedroom. What do you think, Eric?
As long as we can get another one right by it, open up. Look, Pace, look, come here. So we could put one right next to it, like the thing where you slide it up, right?
No,
slide it up.
This is where you can store your stuff. You can have some tools in here. You can even put a pet dog in here if you want. We don't care, as long as he has breathing room. All right, so that is bedroom number 1.
Okay.
We're going to enclose this.
Okay.
So you have a nice glass door right here that protects you. You know, people can't just walk up to your door from the outside.
Okay.
I don't want that.
But what about that?
The gate?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. People can climb that.
Okay.
You were on the streets for 4 years. You know people climb some.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, what are we going to do for
We're going to keep the gate there. We'll change the lock on it so you can have a key.
Okay.
Same thing here. We're going to get rid of this. This will be gone.
Okay.
We're going to put a wall right here that now has another locked door with a glass door so that lets light in here. This is going to be a hallway, and then you have another door on your bedroom.
Okay.
So people have to break through 1, 2, 3 doors to get you.
Okay.
Okay? All right, so...
I'm not worried about them getting me. I'll carry a Second Amendment.
All right, that's cool.
So they won't get me.
Okay,
I'll get them.
Do you see how nice... There's no air conditioning in here right now, but can you see how nice and cool it is in here?
Yes.
Why? The insulation. See all that insulation?
Yes.
Do the same thing to your room.
Okay.
Okay. This is the way it is right now without any air conditioning.
Okay.
Oh, they got another air conditioning right here. Are you kidding me? How lucky. This might be the best deal I've ever done, dude.
Oh my God, this is bananas.
We got another we do.
This is bananas.
Okay, so we got 2 air conditioning units on this side. This is sick.
Oh, God has blessed us, Face. Like, thank you, Jesus.
I was thinking I was going to have to add an air conditioning unit and air conditioning over there. You're going to be the most spoiled lady on the planet. Here's what's going to happen.
And that's a bad idea?
No, it's good. It's good. I like spoiling my women. So, that bedroom, here's what's going to be cool, is that bedroom, you will have your own programmable air conditioning that nobody has control over but you.
Okay.
These guys, these 4 people on this side are going to have to share the air conditioning unit, so they're going to have to come up with like a common temperature. You can freeze yourself out. You can turn your heater on. You'll have a little remote. You'll be good.
Okay. Thank you, Jesus.
Ooh, this is awesome.
Look, but how did they get air? Because the air is here.
This vent this air conditioning unit will supply 1,000 square feet. So it will supply this bathroom, this hallway, and these 2 other bedrooms.
So is there anywhere here?
We have to tap. Ooh, look, you can feel the AC right here. You can feel it coming in off that.
Can we put a fan in my room?
Yeah, you can put whatever you want there.
Yes, I want a fan.
You put can lights, fan. What color fan you want?
Pink, of course.
Pink, okay.
Pink, I think pink.
So check it out. So these people currently do not have a vent, but all we'll do is we'll tell Chaba to go up in the attic, tap into the vents, bring the vents over here, and put 2 vents into each one of these bedrooms right here.
Okay.
So we're good.
Makes sense.
The main thing we would have to worry about is ooh, dude, this is sick. They left some stuff here.
They had rank, whoever this is.
This is dope. This is now mine. Are you kidding me? All right. I actually needed one of these.
We're going deep and we're going hard.
And I needed one of these, dude. Actually, I don't know what this is. This is some bondage.
No, you carry your weapons.
Bondage gear. This is for you, dude.
This is for weapons. I need that when I carry my heavy artillery.
Damn, this is sick, dude.
Whoever this is, they had some rank.
Okay, so let's go through the bedrooms one more time. We got your bedroom is bedroom 10. Bedroom 8 and 9 are right there. Bathroom here. 2 bedrooms right here. This is dope. Tons of space. Bring the tile all the way through, so we have no carpet anywhere.
Okay.
I think we could probably find this exact tile or something really similar.
I hope so.
Okay,
I hope so, because I like this.
Okay. And then this is bedroom number 10, right? Or this is bedroom 1, bedroom 2, 3, 4, bedroom 5, bedroom 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Awesome.
Are you kidding me?
This house is bananas face. So this house has a lot of workout equipment, right?
Right. You can put it right here on the patio.
Right. On the patio, we make a little workout area. Yep. We put all the workout equipment on the patio.
Who's going to be the boss of this house?
The owner.
You.
Me. Right?
Here's the thing is Molly, Heidi will manage the property because that's what they do on my team. So you don't have to collect the money. You don't have to yell at people. But you can just be the eyes on the property and let Molly know, like, hey, just want to let you know everything's going great this month. No, we don't need anything, right? It'll be nice to actually have you here as a partner on this deal that you can kind of watch and make sure people aren't doing anything stupid.
Exactly.
Sound good?
Because I'm part owner. You ain't doing that here.
That's right.
I'm not having it.
The good thing is I have 9 co-living properties right now, and I don't have any problems at any of them. So typically co-living tenants are pretty cool.
So where do you find these people, Pace?
PadSplit. Literally, I take the house, I put it on a website called splityourpad.com, and what they do is they spend money on marketing, and people find our house, and they go, ooh, I want that bedroom, and they move in.
Nice.
So we don't have to do any of the marketing.
Yes.
We don't have to collect the money.
Okay.
We just have to make sure the property is in good shape.
Yes.
And pay the bill.
And this house is fierce.
It's dope.
Like, Pace, like, oh my God, words can't. Oh, back to the laundry room, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to do, because you said 2 stackables.
Right.
Is what you're thinking.
Yeah.
So
I might be able to put another washer and dryer just in your bedroom.
Right, that's what I was thinking. Like, what if we put those?
I could put stackables in here. Your room, we could deck your room out with like whatever you want. Okay, like if you want your own washer dryer combo, you want your own sink, microwave, whatever, we could do all that.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll deck you out.
Okay.
Like let's think about this for a second. Where does the money come from to spend on all of these things?
SubTo. Gators.
Well, yes, Gator. So we bought the deal SubTo, which means we just took over the existing payment. So these people on the fridge, they left the house. Why did they leave the house? Because it wasn't cash flowing on Airbnb and they're losing money. They go to an agent. Hey, agent, will you try and sell the house? The house market right now is really slow. They're like, we can't sell the house. So they go, just take over our payments. We can't afford the payments. You understand that?
Yes.
So our purchase money came from somebody just saying, here's the keys to the house. Cool. But our renovation money and our down payment paying Gordon, the SubTo member, $22,500. Where's all of that money come from? Our Gators in the community.
Yes.
Right? So you and I are no money out of pocket. If you want to spend an extra $3,000 or $4,000 in your bedroom, how much money will that cost our partnership if we go borrow that $3,000 or $4,000 in extra stuff? Like $30 a month.
Okay.
So if you want to spend a couple grand on some nice stuff in your room, it costs me $20 a month to make sure you have the dopest setup ever.
Yes.
So you want like a plasma TV in there, you want an Apple TV, you want whatever, I'll get you set up. You get all that stuff. Easy. Okay?
That is like super cool. Like,
yeah, and guess who's making the payment? On your plasma TV and your washer and dryer, who's making the payment? All of these 9 residences are making all the payments so you don't have to worry about it.
That is so mind-blowing.
Yes. Now, it's interesting. I think we got to do a completely different YouTube video about this, but I'm interested in like the shelter you're currently in right now is like, hey, you need to apply for jobs. You need to do this. They're on your butt all the time. You got a curfew. They got all these things. You're now going to own your own home. You're going to now have people paying you to live in your home and covering all 100% of your bills. What are you going to do with your life?
What? I'm still bird dogging. You kidding me? I'm still going to do deals. Like, that's my career.
So what we could do as well is we could even, here's another creative way for us to get you a laptop so you can start working on an actual computer.
Okay.
We could raise the money in the purchase of this house and get you a laptop as part of your setup, a desk, a chair. You now have internet and a computer to sit in your room and do bird dog deals right here from your free house that you
Exactly. Like, that is so super cool because my room will be my office.
Who pays for the laptop?
Where would I place it?
No, who pays for the laptop?
The house.
The Gator pays for the laptop.
Okay.
When we raise the money.
Okay.
Who pays for the payment to the Gator? The tenants that are living here.
Okay.
So literally anything you want in that bedroom, we can set up.
Okay.
And it's all going to be free for you.
Awesome. Yes. And then I can do deals. I can just be in my office/room or room/office and do deals.
That's right.
So that's going to be like dope on a rope.
Dope on a rope. I never heard that, but I hear new things from Mattie almost every single day. I was speaking on stage yesterday for Ken McElroy, Brandon Turner, etc. And I have people that come up to me, Mattie, and they go, I'm really busy as a firefighter and a nurse. How am I going to find the time to do a deal? I don't think this is possible for me. And I'm sitting here going, a homeless lady
right?
laying on a cot in a shelter did her first SubTo deal. Like,
no, what about sleeping literally on the street at bus stops and like on a park bench?
There's no excuse. Can you tell the people on the camera they have no excuses?
No excuses. If I can, you can. Take action. And then I said, can I do it? But then I said, I chucked that idea like, oh yeah, I can do this. I can do this. I'm gonna do this. Like he said, sometimes people overthink. You can overthink stuff. It can be simple. And so I think I was really just sitting there overthinking things, you know. This is a dream come true. Like right now, I'm literally living the dream.
Number one question I've gotten over the last 13 years of being in real estate is, how do I get started? Where do I start? Where to start, Pace? What's my first step? And what we've done with Mattie is we've shown you guys that we can take somebody in some of the most dire straits, somebody who's laying on a cot in a women's shelter, somebody who hasn't had money in her bank account for 4 years, somebody who was abandoned by her family, somebody who had deaths in her family and ultimately lost her entire support system. If she can do it, and we can show people how she did it, then there's no more excuse for you. And if you're watching this video here on YouTube and you're watching this somewhere, please, my friends, follow the entire video series. Mattie reaching out to me in April of 2025, here we are now in 2026. You might want to know what is going on with Mattie. Well, Mattie sends me a new deal almost every day. I see an email from Mattie almost every day. She's cranking and doing deals with dozens of people actively. The most important thing you got to know is that she's got out of that shelter. She now owns part of a co-living property that cash flows and makes money, and she now has freedom from the shelter, freedom from the streets. And if she can do it, a 60-year-old black lady from Connecticut who traveled all the way to Arizona to ultimately live on the streets for 4 years, then you, my friend, can also do it. We want you to know that this is just the beginning, not just for Mattie's story, but what we did through this last year is we learned a lot of things. We learned that we need to do this differently in the future. The number one piece of feedback we received through Mattie's story is that people said, well, of course Mattie can do it. She had access to Pace. And so what we're doing in part 2, part 3, part 4, and part 5, which is the continuation of a book that we're writing called Start Here, is that we are selecting 4 more characters. One of those characters has already been selected. Her name is Jennifer Lindsay. And the thing that we're doing different is as we go through the excuses or the mental blocks that people give themselves, which are the top 5, which is I have no money, I have no time, I have no resources, you don't understand how busy I am, right? I'm busy, or I'm young, I don't have any resources. These 5 people will knock out all the top 5 objections that everybody has when believing whether they can do this business or not. Jennifer Lindsay, single parent, doesn't have time. Her husband passed away. She has multiple sclerosis. She has everything going against her. And so instead of us in part 2 doing what we did in part 1, which was Pace one-on-one teaching Mattie, what we're doing with Jennifer Lindsay, part 2, and the other 3 characters we have not selected yet, is that I will move to their city, be close to them, and what we will do is rent a big warehouse or an office space and invite members of our private community to come in for an entire week, pair up with other members of our community and work side by side with me. And we're gonna be documenting that in part 2 and part 3 and part 4 and part 5. If you're in the SubTo community, my friends, you are more than welcome to come out, hang out with us. Obviously reach out to support@subto.com to make sure you can register for that. It costs absolutely nothing for people inside of our community. For those of you guys that are planning on buying the book, we will be releasing all of those videos as they get recorded to people who have pre-ordered the book. You can pre-order that book down below. Now, some people go, oh man, Pace, you helped this Mattie person to make money. Yeah, you're right, I did. I did help her to make money, especially selling the book, because all of the profits from the book Start Here, which you will pre-order, will ultimately go to less fortunate people, people that are on the streets, and we'll be giving that to nonprofits. We're not in here to make money. We're in here to produce opportunities for not only you, but other people that are gonna see this content in the future. So this book, Start Here, is not just covering multiple asset types, it's also covering multiple excuses and roadblocks that people believe they have. The Mattie story has been absolutely phenomenal, and we've seen hundreds of thousands of people watch these videos over the last year. And now we're coming to the 1-year anniversary when she sent her first email to me in April of 2025. Here she is in less than 1 year, has probably done close to 50 deals. 4 of those are with me. One of them was a bird dog deal, one was a gator deal, one was a house she bought SubTo and now she lives inside of, and another one is a car. Those 4 deals she did all within about 100 days of meeting me. My friends, watch this series, watch everything about Mattie, follow along, and if you want all the unedited footage of everything that Mattie and I talked about, the whiteboard sessions, the game plans, you get all of that by just pre-ordering the book, which I believe is $29 for the pre-order. You will get the videos as they are released. So people that bought the book last year have already gotten all the Mattie content so far. If you want all that Mattie content, go down, link in the description, and buy that book. It's pre-order because the book won't be completed for over a year. But what you will receive in advance is you will receive all the video footage that we record for Mattie, for Jennifer Lindsay, and all of these other strategies all the way through 2027. We anticipate this book being fully released in March or April of 2027. but the videos being recorded and all of the characters we're helping, those will be released to you in real time. So thank you again for the support. That money, any proceeds that we have from that book, we will go out and we will donate that to profit. We just want to give this book as a manifesto to the industry and answer the question of where do I start? What are the steps? And instead of just giving you a bunch of words, giving actual characters and actual scenarios with real excuses and real roadblocks, whether it's homelessness or multiple sclerosis or I'm a single parent, all of those things will be in the future videos. Part 1 is complete. We are done. We absolutely loved working with Mattie, and honestly, she couldn't have been a more positive person. She had all sorts of things go on in her life. I never heard a negative victim mentality word come out of her mouth one time. And every single day, my team is still looking at deals that she sent over to us. Mattie, we're forever grateful for you signing that media release back in April saying, I want you to give my story to the world. And for everybody else, say thank you to Mattie down in the comments and share this with a friend. It's supposed to highlight to everybody that starting in real estate doesn't require cash or credit or even credentials like a license. What it does require is creativity. And that is what this series is meant to bring to the world. Thank you so much for sharing this. Thank you so much for watching this. And thank you so much for your support. With the comments down below and the book orders, it allows us to continue to go out and do this content and give it away to the world. So thank you again, our team, everybody participating from the production team, the editors, the graphic designers, my team on the real estate side, helping out with Mattie and the paperwork and all of those things. And most importantly, the SubTo community that has continued to bring opportunities and value to people like Mattie out in the industry. Appreciate you guys so much, and we'll see you guys in part 2 of this series.